Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.
Welcome to another episode of Beyond Beats and Culture. I'm your host, the cultural commentator, Chase the Dark Sage, here with my co-host.
T.
We're here with another episode of Hip Hop Goodness because this is the hip hop show where we actually talk about music, god dang it. And today we got a lot not really that much to talk about on the show. We got two album reviews, one from our homie Dom Sharpe from the Potty Mouth Podcast. Shout out to them. How's the weather where you are? Another album review from Triplin's debut album, Melody of a Memory. And then we got some news topics. ASAP Rocky being found not guilty, him becoming Ray-Ban's first ever creative designer. You know, some numbers talk with Drake, because if we talk about the Kendrick numbers, we gotta talk about the Drake numbers. We gotta even it out. We can't be Kendrick voices over here. Do rollouts matter? Can you really fake influence Kendrick? And them streams, they kind of looking a bit fishy, B. I'm just saying. And we also got some new music releases that we'll talk about later on that topic itself. Before we actually get into it, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you check out the links in the description down below, where if you are an up-and-coming artist, you can submit your project in a Google form. We could potentially get to it. That doesn't mean that we're guaranteeing you that you'll get a review, but we could potentially get to it. So if you want to submit it, the Google form is in the description down below, as well as all of our other social links as well. And there are daily clips coming up on the YouTube channel itself, so make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, where this is the hub for everything Beyond Beats and Culture, where we have the YouTube exclusive series, Let's Have a Conversation, and the other YouTube exclusive series, Dark Sage's Interlude itself. We also have, like I said, clips coming up daily on the channel itself, and timestamps will be in the description down below in case you have any certain topics that you actually want to get to for today's show. But before we actually get into today's show, how have you been, B?
B. Been good, bro. I've been chilling, man. Actually, every time you ask me that, I'd be thinking about, like, what did I do over the weekend? Did I do anything like spectacular? Or I just chill. You know what I'm saying? Just chill with the family over here, kind of trying to get into the little, creative bag. We started a little discourse on Twitter this weekend. It was actually pretty fun. That was hilarious. B trying to figure out how do we get to the money though. You know what I'm saying? He's like, okay,
I'm
we
always
got all
trying
this
to get to the
interaction.
money.
What a
I'm
monetizing it.
exactly. I need to monetize everything.
Hey, B, sometimes you gotta work for free before you get the bread, B. That's
Oh,
how it
I
looks.
know. I've done that. I've done that for plenty of years. I'm tired of
Hey,
doing that now.
we doing it for the love. It's for the love, B.
Oh no, this is for the love, of course. But I've done
Yeah.
that for plenty of years. If there could be other people that do things mediocre and get all and reap all the benefits,
hmm
nah, 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 nah. I want to reap some of them benefits too. And we've been doing this type of stuff for free, just in the comfort from our own homes.
Yeah. Hey, one thing, B, I was thinking about this before I asked you how you've been. But I think we taking the hard way. A lot I promise you, I was thinking if we wanted to take the easy way, we can get on here and just glaze Kendrick,
Mhm.
talk about how the culture don't like Drake and don't need Drake. He's a
Mhm.
cancer. Get him out of here.
Mhm.
I I know what we can do to to
Of
to get
course,
this
I do
thing.
too.
You know what I'm saying? But
I do
we're
too.
gonna take
I look at
we're
our
gonna
analytics.
right. What we gonna do? We're gonna grab the fan base, the subscribers, the family that
Mhm.
understand to have genuine conversations and not be biased. We want to make it natural. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Organically. But yeah, B, how
Mhm.
you been?
I've been all right, man. Just started something new. Got
hmm
a new job. I work for the
Yeah.
feds now. So y'all make sure y'all talking to me right, because I get y'all written up, put y'all
Hey.
behind them bars. Don't mess with me, man. And I'm like Freddie's dad, man. I'm like 50 Cent's person that he beefed with. I'm like Rick Ross, man. Don't mess with me, man. I'll put y'all behind some bars. Y'all don't
Hey,
even know what my job is. Just know, don't mess with me, man. I work for the government now. Y'all play with
hey,
me, I keep them people at your doorstep. Don't play with me. Don't play with my takes. Don't play with none of that. Don't
hey,
don't
B,
play with this platform either.
A and B, and Potty Mouth, they already think I'm ice, bro.
Oh
They
yeah.
think I'm the fans, B.
Hey, thanks, B. You try to, hey, B, you my informant, B. Hey, I just had to get a little check off of four. Shout out to four
Yeah.
for Pot. Had to get a little
No,
check off of that. Look, the
they
little
had me
commission check.
dying.
Oh, facts,
Right.
they had you in that clip. That clip
Yeah,
was
yeah.
hilarious. Yo, who is this?
Oh, bro, that was hilarious, bro.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
Fans.
this weekend, man, I dropped the vinyl collection video, so make sure I
hmm
go check that out. Also, dropped the Big Sean video on the day of the anniversary, which is today as we're recording this,
hmm
but by the time y'all see this, it's been out. But I think that's about it for everything that's happened this
B,
weekend.
watching your vinyl video, bro. Dope collection, by
Mhm.
the way, but still,
Thank you.
you still got some of that stuff in there that I'm like, why did he buy this? I remember when you bought this. You know what I'm
What?
talking
What?
about.
What?
That 6ix9ine. I remember I used to be like,
Oh,
what?
but I explained it though, because
I
I
know.
was like, oh, I thought he was gonna go to
I,
jail. I thought this was
I
gonna
remember
skyrocket because you gotta think about all the vinyls that we did miss out on, like that 21 Savage,
that.
Savage mode.
Hmm,
We missed
hmm.
out on that because we kept
Yeah.
saying we don't want that, we don't want that. It'll always be there.
Right, right,
Guess what?
right.
The one time we saw it skyrocket, the one time we went back to that place, it was not
Hmm.
there. So now what?
Yeah.
We're ish out of luck.
Remember Barter 6 was like that too?
Yeah.
Bro, we kept picking it up. Like we kept picking, even though I'm not a Barter 6 guy, but we kept picking it up. I remember we brought George with us one time too. And
Mhm.
he picked it up, was like, should I get this?
Uh-huh.
I remember, bro. That joint skyrocketed, bro. It happens,
Fool,
V.
fools. I know. That's why I said, yo, I'm gonna take a gamble on this. The
Hmm.
gamble didn't pay off yet, but I also haven't been checking. But once it does hit, hey, bye bye, bye bye. But
Here comes the
besides all
money.
that,
Here comes the
oh,
money.
here comes the money. Shout out to Potty Mouth. But besides all that, what have you been jamming since the last episode?
Hey, I took a little detour, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what? Talk about hip hop. I listen to all type of things. Let me step out of my comfort zone. So I've been seeing a lot of talks, right, about this one chick. Her name Beabadoobee or something like that. What's it called? Let me look real quick.
I heard of her from
She
TikTok.
yeah, Beabadoobee. Beabadoobee, something like that.
Oh, you asked the wrong
No,
person. I
Beabadoobee.
know what you're talking about, but
No,
I don't know.
yeah, Beabadoobee. So she's some like I think she's Filipino, but she's like British or something like that. But I saw people talking about her, and I'm like, they saying how like she some people telling she couldn't sing or something like that. I don't know. I was like, yo, let me check her out. I never heard of this chick in my life, and I'm a I'm a music connoisseur, so I know a little, little things about different genres. And I see that she's like compared to like Claire, and I brought her up before on the podcast last year. So I'm like, let me tap into this. Let me see it. So she's listed on Apple Music as alternative because she has a little like pop, um, like that folk, that like poppy folkish type of vibe to it. And it was pretty cool. Like I was like, there's some stuff on here. I was like, dang, I'm kind of feeling this. And she had like some songs that get really into like, your emotions, talking about, relationships and things like that. And singing wise, vocally, it's this typical, if you know this type of music, they're not trying to, you know, kill you vocally. They kind of just want to actually be kind of clear with their vocals, want you to understand their lyrics and things like that. But she was okay. She was okay. The album I listened to was This Is How Tomorrow Moves, and this is her a brand new album. It was all right. I was like, man, I might have to go down and listen to more of her other stuff because I saw people in the comments on Twitter saying that some of her older work is actually better than this one right here. And I was like, okay, she ain't got a fan, but it's not bad, B. Sometimes I get in that, I be feeling like a little white girl. You know what I'm saying? You feel like a little white girl, you play stuff like this, be like in your room, have your little iPod, you know what I'm saying? Being like, oh my God, why did Chester leave me? You know what I'm saying? It gives you in that white girl mode, you know what I mean? You feel like a teeny bopper, B. Come on,
I guess I
you
did it
never,
with flow. I did it with flow, so okay.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you feel like a little
Mhm.
black girl, you know what I'm saying?
Alt black girl to be
All
exact.
black girl, you know what I'm saying? Don't wear deodorant, no Tootsie. But
Facts. Very earthy.
But yeah, Beabadoobee, she was cool. That name, eye catching. I understand why you went with that. I don't know if that was your nickname as a kid or something, but I don't know. I thought this was okay album. I think I need a few more listens to kind of get more of like I guess the hype behind her, but it's not bad. Not bad. What about you, B?
I guess the first thing I talk about something new. Quavo came out with a new single. Never thought I'd talk about a Quavo single on here, but I saw the I guess the snippet or trailer that he had on Twitter for it, and I'm like, yo, he kind of going in on this. Who taught you boys about the dab? Who taught you boys about Hannah Montana? Whatever he said there, I'm like, oh, okay. Quavo sounded like he actually rapping on there, and so the actual single came out this week on Friday, and I heard it.
Hmm.
I'm like, okay, Quavo, you in your bag because I like Quavo's last album. It's
Yeah,
actually a very big step up compared to his debut album, his debut solo album. And just hearing that song, it's called Trappa Rappa. It just makes me miss Takeoff and Offset and them all being together as
right,
Migos.
right.
Because this either could have been on Huncho Jack, like the Travis Scott and Quavo like joint
Yeah,
project,
yeah.
or this could
track.
have been on a me or this could have been on a Migos project. Either way, all the other Migos would have sounded perfect on here, but sadly,
Yeah.
the group has disbanded. One has passed
R.I.P.
away.
Take.
Exactly. And so I'm just like, dang, like, but I mean, Quavo was holding his own on this type of song, and this is like pure Migos. Like, it's
Hmm.
Quavo in the rarest form that you will ever get Quavo in. Like, he sounded
Hmm.
perfect. I'm like, dang, Quavo really held his own on here. Like, this is such a step up compared to when they was doing on them solo releases back then when they first started doing that solo release during the SoundCloud era. But yeah, Trappa Rappa, really dope track, really dope hype track. The production is great. Quavo's rapping performance on there is great as well. I fully enjoy it. But B, what's your
Yeah.
project or next
My
thing that
next
you got?
pro my next project I listened to was, like I said, it was something left field again. I'm trying to see how you pronounce this, but I think it's Laufey, Laufey. I think it's Laufey. But she's also like I don't know much about her, but I know she's like a jazz singer. And I think she's a foreigner, but she sound American. But but she put out an album in 2023 called Bewitched, and B. I love this, bro. This was
What genre?
this is like jazz singing. Like it puts you in that Christmas vibe type jazzy. It's probably something you wouldn't want to listen to,
Probably.
but it kind of gives you take me to the moon, let me see the stars.
I could do that in passing. I'm not doing that
Yeah,
as
but
in
it's not
like
as
I'm just
yeah,
going
but it's not
to.
as upbeat as that. But
Mhm.
bro, beat her voice really great. Singing, I loved the production on this stuff, like the jazz. It makes you feel like it's like a timepiece, like a what they what they say for a film, like a period film. And that's how I felt
Oh
like
yeah,
period
I know what you
music
mean.
for me. Like it didn't feel
Oh,
modern. Oh
hmm,
yeah, that doesn't sound that
yeah,
wrong. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, we let's
yeah.
edit that out.
Nah, we keeping that in. Pause on that.
But the performances on here from her, bro, is really good. It's a lot of like heartbroken stuff. Like she seems like she always made it feel like she was the one that like the guy always the one that didn't want her, and she
Also,
made you
she was the
feel for
ugly
her.
chick.
Kinda. In some of these tracks, I'm like, dang. But it was so emotional, bro. Like I'm at work, bro. Listen to this. Like I'm driving around my little cart on the campus trying to do my little thing and hearing this in my headphones and being like, dang, this just don't fit the scene, but I just feel so relaxed. Like I felt great. It put me in a really good mood. And like songs were like the letter to my 13-year-old self. Like again, I felt like little girl. I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, you should hug yourself. You should tell yourself you confident. Then I started thinking back, like, dang, what would I tell my 13-year-old self? I don't know, man. I really enjoyed this right here, man. This is something that I gotta get on wax, B. I gotta get on wax. You know what I mean?
This is something I rarely hear from you.
Yeah, no, but look, I've been working on some other stuff, but I might have to start back digging again, B. But I actually, before you go on yours, I bought something new that's coming in soon.
What'd you get?
I bought GNX on cassette.
Okay,
So
didn't
I'm for
expect
the,
that.
yeah, because I got a little cassette collection, but now I'm for to actually buy a cassette player. I'm gonna buy it for my birthday, B. So I'm looking for like it's a Japanese import, like old Walkman, like a
Oh,
vintage one.
you told me about this.
Yeah. So that's why I've
I
been
think you said
looking
it was
at.
like 80 something bucks or something like that, right?
This one I'm looking at a little higher.
200.
Two and some change. It's gonna equal up to about 300. But I haven't made that decision yet. But it's a birthday gift, big 3-1, B. Big 3-1.
Big retirement home one. How about
This
that?
my
That's
this
gonna be
my
your
this
retirement
this my
room.
Reggie Miller year, B. My Reggie Miller year. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, you don't know nothing about that.
I don't know nothing about no football.
No, it's basketball. Look,
Reggie Miller?
yeah,
I'm
basketball.
thinking of
What
Mike
you
Vick. That's what I'm thinking of.
that's 7.
I was like, yo, did he do something with the dogs?
No, hey, yo, we can't speak about that. Yo, the legend, Mike Vick. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, hey, he didn't do nothing. But
Alright.
nah, B, what's on your list, man? What you got?
Next thing I got something new. St. John's Festival season. This is a newer project by St. John. I even said it like a month or two ago before he put out his single. I was like, yo, like Where's St. John been at? Like, when's he gonna
Yeah.
come out with a new album? You know, I re-listened to some of his previous projects. I had nostalgic feels for him. You know, I heard the single that he put out. What's it? Popping. And I told you, I'm like, oh, the beat is so hard until he starts rapping on it. She's sucking my meat. She's sucking my meat. She's grabbing the balls. I don't even care if you white. I'm like, what the F?
Hey, bro, he was in that
So,
bag.
I mean, the whole album is festival season. I saw the cover of
Mhm.
it. I'm like, yo, I'm like, this is about to be the worst St. John album. And while it is the worst, that don't mean that it's bad. You get what I'm saying? For
Right,
what it's
right.
supposed to do, it hits its target because it has such these it has very loud production. St.
Hmm.
John is just going like party animal crazy on here,
Hmm.
rock star lifestyle on here. And there's some songs where he does a little genre blend, but then it's mostly hip hop influenced, obviously.
Hmm.
There's just some songs where he has a production from Tay Keith, or he has some rage sounding beats like from
Hmm.
Playboy Cardi subgenre itself. Overall, I thought the project was cool. I gave it about 2 listens this weekend, and it just felt dope, like hearing how loud it is,
Hmm.
and it just felt so like oh, like there was a song called Guyanese Mosh Pit, and I felt like I was
Hmm.
just in there, just like yeah, like I was
Right.
like ah. Like I wanted to be like Travis Scott with that mic stand. Like I just wanted to go crazy hearing some of this stuff. But
Bing,
overall, this
bing.
exactly. But there are some songs on here that I did not like, and I was like, ugh, kind of corny or ugh, kind of cringe. But overall, I enjoyed the project overall. I don't have too many complaints. I do feel like his songwriting was weaker in this project though. But overall, festival season, if you want something loud, booming, you get what I'm saying? Go to this, but don't really expect much in terms of like substance because there's just certain times where I'm riding with this, windows down. He starts saying, I don't care if I'm racist. I don't care if I'm racist. I don't care if you white. I'm just like, what the F? Like, I got to put all the windows up, especially in the area I live in. I'm like,
Hmm.
yep, windows all the way up.
B,
Turn the
that's when you
volume
gotta turn
down
the
just a little bit.
windows. That's you gotta put the windows down a little bit.
B, I'm
Let
already
them
B. I'm
understand.
already looking like a raccoon. I can't look like a more of a raccoon with that. I'm looking like an Uncle Ruckus once he starts saying some of the lyrics.
You
But
gotta be
yeah,
like this.
St. John, exactly. St. John's festival season. If y'all want to check this out, y'all can. I'm a fan of St. John. This isn't some. This is like the project I'd rank the lowest, but I still had a
Mhm.
fun time with it. I don't think it's a great project, but I still had a fun time with it. But B, what's your next project?
My next and final project I'm gonna talk about today is a little EP that came out. 20 minutes, 8 tracks by Paris, Texas. The left, they left me with the sword. Oh my God. B, this was so fire, bro. I could not like I knew it came out over the weekend, but I played it yesterday
Hmm.
and I was like, all right, cool. I played it today just to do a refresher, and I just kept
Hmm.
playing it because it's just 20 minutes. Just kept listening to it. Bro, they didn't give you much, 20 minutes, like I said, eight tracks, but they have tracks when you have like they mixed all their, the stuff they do. They have a little like bass stuff in here with holy spinal fluid. Oh my God, they threw some shots at Fantano because he didn't like their last album or whatever.
Hmm.
He's like, they say I know I'm doing something right when Melonhead don't like it. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
oh man, I love the production on here because they dive into the rock stuff as well, kind of like Kenny Mason. They even shout out Kenny Mason on the album, talking about they're in Atlanta with some Masons. You know what I'm saying? That sometimes they feel like Kenny, huh?
Ain't they on?
Say it again.
Are they on tour together?
Is Kenny with no, I know they on tour with Tyler.
Oh, I thought they was on tour together. Okay, or they probably went on tour together or something. I don't know. Yeah, keep
Yeah, they
going
could
though.
have probably in the past, but I know that they on tour with Tyler, I believe.
Hmm.
Paris, Texas is. But nah, this right here was a fun listen. Um, because one thing about them is they are experimental. Like they experiment with their vocals and it kind of adds more to the track to me. And that's what I love. That's one thing I think I love about hip hop and just artists like this the rest of my life because I just love when you try something new and it's fine. It might not hit, but sometimes that risk it can grow to be something better. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it might suck that first time, but nah, he had the one guy, I can't think of his name because it's two of them, but he was sounding kind of like too short on the track, but not like rapping is slow like too short, more just the voice inflection. Like it could be like, dang, this a energetic too short. But they from the West Coast and how they did it so well with it, I was like, this is perfect. This is a perfect EP right here. But if you guys haven't checked out Paris, Texas, they left me with the sword, and also they played on like they left me with the sword like a medieval times. Like they was like, boys, what do you got when you don't have no weapon? Blah blah blah. And it showed them picking up the sword. They're like, that's a great choice. And then they just go on into the EP. So I don't know, man. I really enjoyed this, man. This something that's gonna be in rotation right here, B. I think my song of the month might be that Holy Spinal Fluid beat. And
Okay.
it had that bass that New Orleans bounce to it too. I'm like, ooh, this is fire. Hey, I'm just saying, Paris, Texas, bro. What you got next, B?
I just went through some of mine. I only got like two more. I listened to another project from what's their name? They. Like
Okay, okay.
yeah, I listened to another project, New Moon, because that was the first time I heard one of their songs. And
Mm-hmm.
last week I listened to their Love Jones album. I enjoyed
Mm-hmm.
it. So I was like, all right, let me go to another project of theirs and just let me listen to one each week. Listen to New Moon. I thoroughly enjoyed it as well. This singer producer collab, it just works for me, man. Really can't say much that I really didn't say about Love Jones, but god dang it, they're doing it again, even though this is like one of their projects before Love Jones itself. And the last
I never
project I
listened
had,
to them.
you haven't? How many
I
have you
only
heard?
I, I only know New Religion. Came out like 2017.
Mm,
That's the
I
only
got some.
album.
I
But
got some.
I know some singles off a few of the albums, but I never listened to a full album besides New Religion from them.
Mm, okay, okay. And my last project, I can't believe I went through this, but you know that I'm going through a huge
Mhm.
R&B thing. I'm trying to do my studying, trying to do my Googles. I'm trying to go through all the stuff, learning how to articulate myself and learning where certain things come from and what people are inspired by what. And so I went to a classic, a neo soul classic,
Mhm.
Maxwell's like I it's Maxwell's
Mhm.
album, but also the album title name is Maxwell's Urban Hang Suite.
Mm. Mm. B. I had that. I got that gold vinyl. B. Amazing.
Oh,
B.
oh, 10 out of 10. 5 out of 5.
Bro.
Whatever you want me to rank it. That boy was on there singing. And the fact that he self-produced it,
Bro.
if you like R&B, if you like neo soul, and this is my thing because I realize I'm not alone in this. Like a lot of these R&B albums
Mm.
I went back to last year, like a lot of people, like if you would have asked them if they heard these albums, they know they would have heard like the biggest songs off them, but
Mm.
they wouldn't have heard the
The
albums unless
full
you're like
album.
older. Exactly. So me going back and deep diving and doing all this research and stuff about it, oh, it's like a new gold mine for me, B. But Neo Soul, it's been one of my favorites since last year. I mean, I like Neo Soul already. I just never knew what exactly was under that umbrella of Neo Soul until I really started researching and digging deep into it. And so going more into it, I'm like, yeah, Neo
Hey,
Soul is it. I miss Neo
it's
Soul. I wish Neo
it's in
Soul
my
existed now.
it's in my blood, B. So you know.
And that's been it for another
Hey,
portion
no, but
of
something going into what's called ascension. On
something going. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
something going into bro.
Mhm.
Oh, oh my God,
Dog, the
bro, I have
production
it
on
on
that album
vinyl,
is what
B.
got me.
It's crazy. Maxwell is
I might have
insane,
got it
B.
seen. So I might have gotten it recently too, but that's besides the
You
point.
got the gold one?
The two XLP, yeah, the two LP, yeah. What? Maybe with a little brandy to get the free shipment, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
understand.
yeah, yeah.
Hold on,
But yeah,
I got one thing before we move on. One single I
mhm.
listened to. I listened to Rory and Leon
Leon
Thomas.
Thomas.
They single. It was pretty cool. You know, Rory doing his little thing. You know what I'm saying? Putting out his little
I
albums.
haven't heard it yet. I'm
It's
not
pretty
really a
good.
single guy, but I listen
Yeah,
to it for the pod. But it,
yeah, yeah,
certain stuff like that, like I'd rather just hear it in the album context.
yeah. I checked it out. It's
Yeah.
pretty good, man. Leon Thomas, he on a little run B.
I actually re-listened to his Mutt album last week too. I didn't put it into what we've been jamming because
I thought you
we
was
already
listening to it.
reviewed it.
Oh, it's not something that's in your rotation. Like just
No, it's
play it.
not like not the whole album in my rotation, but
Just
I
some
was
songs.
revisiting some older albums like from last year,
Mm-hmm.
like the Casablanca, Mario's Glad You Came, Summer Flow, Leon Thomas's Mutt, just to kind of like for the video for the R&B video that I recorded. I
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to like kind of like really get my I really wanted to get my thoughts together better on those
Okay.
projects. That way I could better describe them because we've listened to so much music since
Mm-hmm.
then because we are the show that actually talks about the music. So yeah.
Hey, bro. Mutt, that's right. Fire B.
Oh
That
yeah,
joint fire. That
I need
joint
that on
fire.
vinyl too. I need that on vinyl.
Do he got a vinyl for that?
Yeah, it's like all gray. I think
I think I saw it
it's a
on
different
Merch
color.
Bar one day.
It's
I think it
out.
popped up on
Like
Merch Bar.
you
Yeah,
could.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
think I looked him up one day, and I think it popped up on Merch Bar. So, but yeah,
But yeah, that's been another episode, I guess, of what we've been jamming. Let us know what you've been jamming down in the comment section down below. But now it's time to get into the news section of the show where we actually talk about some music releases and some actual current events happening within hip hop culture. So, but let's go ahead and talk about some of the new music releases and announcements. Boldy James again and Real Bad Man. Conversational pieces. May was it May 2nd. He has an album coming out this week, B. And you'll talk about it later. God,
why he just won't tell us about he's just dropping an album every month? Why he just won't
every
say
month,
it now? Unless
basically at this point, it's every other week. At this point, this is a bi-weekly check for him. He's literally going to the studio and working. He is a full-time worker. He works 40 hours a week at this point
and
in
it's
music.
crazy because Bodie has already a lot of work. I've been knowing about Bodie since what 2012, 2013. And because I remember when he signed the Mass Appeal with Nas. Nas, Davies, Fashawn, all of them was around there. And Bodie dropped with Alchemist. And like he took like a hiatus, like he was doing stuff, but like a hiatus. And then when he got back with the Boldface EP with Alchemist, he's just been dropping and drop. But now for the last few years, especially last year and this year now, he's going. Is he stepping on his own dope? Like, is he watering up the
Yes, he's
product?
been doing that. He's been doing that. It's making his discography
And
less and
impactful.
less. Yes.
One thing I want to have a conversation about that one day too. But before we move on to the next, album release, if he said, "Oh, yo, I want to do a challenge and put out 12 albums this year," will we have a problem with this?
No, because we'll know your plan at that point.
That's what I think he should just
We've
do
talked
that.
about this before too.
Yeah, we have. Okay.
Because I think you said Currency or someone else did
Currency
this.
did a mixtape like every day, every month or something like that. So
Exactly.
I was like,
But it's the fact of like we respect Boldy James so much as a rapper. So it's like,
yeah,
why are you doing this?
yeah, yeah. We did talk about it because we
Like
was like, hopefully it's not.
no one in your camp is doing this but you. So it's like, why?
And he got his. Don't he got his Griselda release too? Did we put that in there? Did he announce like 2 albums?
We have the Boldy James one and the Chuck Strangers one.
Right. Hold on, let me continue. I'm finna look real quick. I gotta look something
But
up.
yeah, Boldy James, you gotta slow down, man. You are working yourself overboard like crazy. But as you look for that, I'll talk about the next project. Juicy J has announced that he has 2 collab projects. One more Project Pat, thumbs up,
Hey,
and
thumbs
one more
up.
Logic.
Bro, what he thought he was gonna get for that. And then he tweeted it out. Like,
Well,
bro,
him
the
and
only
Logic
people
have been super tight and super cool, and they've been
I
on tour together, I believe.
oh yeah, I know. But I'm like, when you say stuff like that, Juicy, you're not talking to us. You talking to the Logic fans. You're not talking to us. Not the
Facts.
Juicy J guys. You know what I'm
Or
saying?
not
Like
the 3 6 Mafia fans.
of fans at all. You're talking to
Yeah.
Logic fans.
But
And
that
they the only
Project
ones that
Pat
probably was
though,
hype.
that
Oh
Project
yeah,
Pat one I'm
Project Pat,
hyped
yeah.
for, especially since I've been going back and re-listening to some of his stuff because I got it on vinyl. But I've been re-listening to
Yeah.
some of his stuff on streaming. So yeah,
I guess I
I
couldn't
can't wait
find
for
it.
that.
Maybe I was tripping.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Next announcement we have Shay Noir announces she's dropping a new album next month. She said this on Twitter,
Hey.
and I was like, hey, I gotta put this in the notes because we talk about the music over here. So shout out to Shay Noir. We definitely enjoyed her album last year. I even bought it on vinyl. I'm still waiting for that
Shay
album.
don't pop up in my algorithm no more. I wonder if she blocked me. I used to mess with her sometimes on Twitter
You troll her about
back in the
football?
day. Nah, I was messing with her about spelling.
Oh. Oh, I remember you told me about that.
Yeah.
Next
But
artist that's releasing something, Rico Nasty, Lethal. The album,
mm,
May 16th. I have not heard a Rico Nasty album in years. So yeah. I don't really have any anticipation for this, but I'm down to check it out.
I see people ready for her return and say she's finally dropping and things like that. But I'm not a Rico guy, so
Sorry. I
like I
like her
said,
on
we could
TikTok
listen to
though.
it.
She's cool on TikTok.
Yeah, I
Uh,
remember her like doing her wave, and I liked her feature on Blue Lips. I like her aggression and stuff on there on that track.
Same. Next artist we have, and the one time we're actually talking about music from this artist, unlike some people that think we always talking about music from him. NBA YoungBoy's More Leaks, March 7th. I'm not listening to this, but I just wanted to put this in there because YoungBoy. And
Yeah.
lastly, Coco Jones, Why Not More? Her debut album coming out April 25th. I will be listening to this. I listened to her last project. I thought there was some more left there to be desired, but either way, I want to listen to this project. I did not like her new single, at least the snippet I heard.
You
I'm
saw
afraid
that? You saw the video?
I saw the video with that snippet and I was like, mm, I'm not ready, and not in a good way.
Yeah, yeah. I saw people talking about a lot of people talking about that was like, that's not it. I saw a lot of those.
I agree, and I didn't like the snippet that she put up for the song, and I also didn't like her last single. So I'm like,
Yeah.
in your last album I heard or EP project, whatever it was, I thought it was just okay at best. So I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, this is not looking
Yeah.
good. So yeah. B, can you tell us what's dropping this week?
Okay, we got Bodie James, Chuck Strangers. I'm gonna listen to this one because I'm a fan of Chuck Strangers' production and also like the single they put out. But it's called "A Token of Appreciation." That's dropping on the 27th. Which are we gonna? You want to review that or you don't want to?
I'm
We
gonna
don't
listen
have
to
to
it
review
once. I'm
it.
gonna be real with you. I'm gonna listen to that
Yeah,
once.
yeah. We don't have to review it,
Look,
B.
look, I want to keep in case something actually interesting drops.
Oh, yeah. Hey, but we're reviewing the next project.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We got
That's
to.
definitely on the review docket.
So we got Reasons. I Love You Again. I think that drops on the 28th, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong
Is that that's
because
this
I didn't put the
Friday,
date in
ain't it?
there. Is it? Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
it
today's
is. You're
24.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It is dropping on 27th. Bodie and Chuck. I think
Oh
it's the
yeah, they could.
27th.
Oh yeah, Bodie could drop whenever he wants. Either way, he gonna drop. He gonna drop. He gonna make sure he drop.
So I want to show Reason some love, man. We review him. You know, he's uh he's newly independent. You know,
He's an
so
ex
he
TDE artist.
ex TDE. You know what I mean? You know, got to get out
That's
that
the best
deal.
way
We're
to
gonna
put it,
talk about
especially with
yeah,
some of the dealings he's had this weekend, last week.
yeah. So I want to hear how a non TDE project from Reason. Since right now I just want to talk about musically how I feel about Reason before we get into the next thing. It's just Reason's one of those artists be that it just never clicked. So now he's independent. This is his direction, and we're gonna see if it clicks. B. That's all I want to say.
Would you say he's in like a YBN Corday like stratosphere in terms of like he could rap, but it's like it don't really interest you rap?
I
Or
think
he's
so.
like
I
the
think just what,
average, all right, straight rapper.
yeah, because with why at least with Corday got a little bit of a little more of a fan base, I believe, than Reason. Because Reason is feel like he never connected with the TDE crowd to me. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's what he said
He
himself.
yeah, and he felt it, and I also heard we'll talk about it when we talk about the topic.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, I guess that's about it for new music releases. Let us know what y'all are hyped to listen to down in the comment section down below. Really light week. But next, let's talk
Mm-hmm.
about some hip hop news and current events. ASAP Rocky found not guilty in that gun charge he had against ASAP Relly, or as the internet calls him,
Really?
ASAP Telly.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. That's a funny one,
Yeah,
right?
no, I see some people calling him that before the whole verdict came out. But yeah, they was like, oh, he's ASAP Telly. I was like, okay, that's kind of funny. But and, following his not guilty verdict, he was then appointed, I guess, because he was super viral with whatever glasses he was wearing. He is now appointed as
Mhm.
Ray-Ban's first ever creative director, which I thought that was dope to include with that because yes, we could talk about some drama, but I also want to talk about
Mhm.
something good with Rocky. And he put out a snippet for Don't Be Dumb, which hopefully you don't be dumb on that album. But besides that,
Mhm.
I mean, hopefully no one was harmed in this process, but he was found not guilty. So he has his freedom. Good thing he didn't take that plea deal. But also he is Ray-Ban's first ever creative directive. And that's super dope for, I guess, Ray-Ban's first creative directive to be black and a rapper at
Yeah.
that.
It was I think that has a lot to do with him not taking that plea because he said it's going to interfere with a lot of his endorsements and that was probably some in the lineup. That's why he was probably rocking the Ray-Bans. Fitz was crazy doing the
Mhm.
trial. So, it was all a rollout, you know what I'm saying? Now we get the album, you know what I'm saying? So, hooray. It's not just for the music, but a man is free to be with his family. Got two young boys, got a flourishing billionaire girlfriend and Rihanna. So who wouldn't want to be that boy? You saw when he got that. You see who he ran to
Oh
when he
yeah,
got that.
he dive bombed into the crowd.
He got what fell over the.
Facts. I would have
Hey,
done the same thing.
same, bro. I
'Cause
felt it
at
in there.
first,
I
it
was like,
wasn't
hey,
looking too good for him. I was like, "Yo,
but
Rocky
yeah,
might be going to jail."
yeah. I'm happy. I'm happy he's free, man. I love to see a man's free with their family and just be that, bro. So I'm
Last, I just hope no one was hurt throughout this whole process. But next thing we have to talk about, and the last thing we have to really talk about, we're talking about some numbers, but we're just broadcasting them because you can't fake influence. Drake's Views and Scorpion album are now eligible to both go diamond, and now Drake is tied with Taylor Swift and Jay-Z for the most number one albums in Billboard chart history. Is Drake setting records and breaking records, B?
hey, man. That's just Drake. Drake could break this record without putting anything out just because of his back catalog, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's it's just
I thought
you
he
gotta
didn't have any
understand.
influence. I thought you couldn't fake it. Or maybe
You
UMG is
think
working behind the scenes and time, making Drake look good. That way, I scratch your back, you
hey
scratch mine. We can use some diamond
Drake
records.
Drake was the cash cow for like in the rap side of UMG. You have Drake as the face of that part. You had Taylor the face of the pop. You know what I'm saying? You had your two. You got Bruno Mars. I think Bruno Mars on UMG. He's Universal, right? Am I bugging? I could
You
be
asking the
wrong.
wrong person. I
Yeah, I
definitely don't
could be
keep up
wrong.
on
But I'm just saying, they have the 3 to 4 headed monsters, bro. And Drake was one of them, and he's going to
that.
continue to rise up in that. It's just how he is, man. It's Drake.
Mhm.
I don't even know if it's influence. It's just Drake covers all freaking areas. You know what I mean? Especially with his back catalog.
Oh,
Bro
so his
had just
impact.
come on. Yeah, come on, B. He's
Hmm.
a superstar.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah. I just wanted to talk about some Drake numbers. We talk about everybody else's numbers, Kendrick's. But we don't really care about the numbers here because that doesn't mean if something is good or
It
bad.
don't
Even
make
though
music
Views is a
good.
good album and Scorpion is a classic from Drake. But either way, the fact of Drake now doing this, that means when Drake's next album comes out, that means he's gonna be number one. People gonna be seething on the timeline.
We
That's what
we
I'm really waiting for. I'm ready to see the split when that happens.
Oh yeah, we gonna see what's gonna happen when that solo release come out because I just want to see, like you said, how they gonna play this. You know what I mean? How they gonna flip the script on? Um, see, he's it's Drake. It's Party. What since Party's on the album, they're supposed to suck the what's it, the sales down just because Party's not a big artist. He's still Drake. He should get. I'm like, come on, man. Y'all gotta understand when it comes to like a collaborative effort, it's not the same as a Drake album. You know what I'm saying?
And it's a
If
rap
Drake
album.
is yeah, and if Drake put out a album with freaking, they was like, oh, but the 21 Savage. I'm like, yo, 21 Savage is bigger than freaking Party Next Door.
Hmm.
And also it was more a rap album. You know what I mean?
And plus,
And
it
that
was more of
album,
an unlikely pairing.
yeah. But Drake and 21 was doing anything. It's like, they have
Well,
their
yeah, but we've
relationship.
had history with Party with Drake and
Yeah.
21. We had like a few, like maybe a handful of songs. So when you hear a whole
Yeah, but
album,
we
you
knew
like,
they was friends, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But it
But
was
I'm saying
still
it's more
more
of
of
an
a
unlikely
Drake,
pairing for an actual project together.
and that was
I
more of
I
a Drake
expect the
album too.
Party and it was more in 21's field, but Drake and
Oh, wasn't it
Party
more
coming
Drake on it?
together. No, no,
It
I'm
wasn't more
saying like
Drake on.
the actual production was more of 21's style is what
That's
I'm
kind of
saying.
what Drake do though. He did that with
No, no,
Future.
I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah. Even though
yeah.
Drake and Future kind of actually came together a bit more in their sounds, but yeah.
I felt like it
Like,
was
yeah,
more Future.
I think it was more so like it was a mixture. It was like like if you would put polymerization for the Yu-Gi-Oh fans down and put Drake sound at that time, where if you're reading this is too late, with some of what Future was doing during that time, to me that perfectly encapsulates that. But it was more in Future's bag though.
Yeah, I just don't go back to that trash, so I don't know.
All right, and that's been it for another case of hip hop news and current events. Let us know what y'all think about the numbers talk and ASAP Rocky finally getting his freedom. But now it's time to talk about the music because we are the music podcast. We got two albums Ian Triplin's Melody of a Memory, and Dom Sharpe, shout out to Potty Mouth. How's the weather where you are? Which one you want to go with first, B?
B, we can do M Triplin. We can do
All
M.
right.
Because I
Let's
know
talk
you're new
about
to him, right?
new. No.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of like listening to a whole album, yeah, I guess. But I've been heard of him from TikTok. He's one of the artists that
I,
I've heard of him from TikTok, but I never like was into like wanting to get a full project from him. And I will say, going into this project, I was right. Like I was completely right on my hypothesis or why I didn't think I would like a project like this. But let's go ahead and talk about
mm,
Ian Triplin's Melody of a Memory. This is an album. This is his debut album, and I don't know exactly where he's from. I didn't have time to do research this weekend on him. But this isn't my first time listening to Ian Triplin's music. I've heard plenty of his songs here and there through my Spotify algorithm off of TikTok. That's why I actually discovered him off of his TikTok. Heard some of his songs on there. Him with that awkward freestyle with Kim Kardashian from the Ray J tape as the cover on the actual single. Going into this project, Ian Triplin's
sampled
style.
Tyler Creator's Awkward. I say he sampled
Oh,
Tyler
oh,
Creator Awkward on there.
oh. But I'm about to say something kind of similar. Going into this project, Aim Triplin is like this melodic. He's singer, rapper. Where would you categorize this exactly?
I feel like he rap, but he has melodies, like his little melodies and his voice, his nasally voice he raps with, but
Yeah, with that little
some type
effect that
of
he puts on
that
it,
little
which
effect he put on the voice.
which I was kind of worried about that effect going into the project, and he uses it all the way through, which sometimes it makes it feel soulless is the best way I can say it. It takes away
Mm-hmm.
some of the character. It takes away some of the energy he has with it. The main thing you're going to for him is with his melody and his flows and the way that he
Mm-hmm.
actually gets on the beat itself. Um, Most of the subject matter is very samey throughout this whole thing. He's talking about girls, relationships, stuff like that. There are some songs I do like from here, but I will say though, going into this project and coming out of it, I'm not taking any special songs out of this. Like I'm not putting any of these songs on my playlist. None of these songs really stand out from one of another. For me, this isn't bad music. If you like Ian Triplin's style, you'll like this project. But in terms of like taking something out of this project, I didn't really take much of who he is out of this. In terms of like what makes Ian Triplin and not like his relationship with women's per se. And also, I don't know if it's just me. He sounds a lot like Tyler the Creator's Igor persona off of the Igor album when he does that little voice that right out of time, running out of time. A lot of this production and a lot of the sonics itself reminds me of Tyler the Creator's Igor voice off of that album itself. And I was just like, this sounds like Igor kind of, but a less polished version of what Tyler the Creator was doing on there. But overall, I think I'm half and half with this project because there are some songs I'm like, when I listen to it, it's cool. You're gonna catch a vibe. But like I said, coming out of this, I just felt like it was one big song. And I'm just like, I didn't really take too much out of this. He's still young, still growing. But for me, it's that voice and it's the way he styles his melodies and stuff like that. There's not much I can really pull out of this style. And I will honestly say this style really isn't for me per se. Production was cool. I like Tyler Dollar Sign on that one song that he was on. But yeah, like I said, it's just like nothing really stood out to me on this project per se. Dope that it's his debut, but it wasn't anything for me to be like, I can recommend this. Unless you want to catch a vibe, yeah, I can recommend this. But yeah, what do you think about this?
I think this is actual, like I know it's his debut album, but I don't even think he put out. Have he ever put out a mixtape? He's more of like a single guy, right? And like
I,
videos.
I'll look that up
Cause
while you talk.
cause I got introduced to him on YouTube in like 2021. I'm not on TikTok, so I didn't know. And it was a few songs that I liked. I liked before the album. Like you said, Awkward, Fendi Belt. I think Fendi Belt that wrapped that around my head. Um,
Yeah, he only has
Best Friend, I think.
EPs.
You say what? He
He
just
only
did
has
like
EPs.
EPs, right?
Hmm.
So coming to this album, he's still young, 24, and he's from Pennsylvania, I believe,
Okay.
like outside of like, I don't know if it's close to Philly where he's from, but he's from like out that area. Um, but he uh he kind of surprised me with his how because he's a producer first.
Hmm.
I think he
I've heard.
produced a good amount of this album as well, and
Oh,
I
if he
think he
didn't, that
like
gives
you,
this a notch. Then I give it a
yeah,
notch. Then.
yeah. Yeah, because he's a producer turned like rapper, and you could tell he even from Awkward. that single he put out years ago, it has the awkward Tyler Creator sample in it. I know he pulls from Tyler as well, but to me, like you said, it could give you that, but I feel like he have his own unique voice, what he do, and he does it his way. I couldn't say he sounds like somebody, but I understand production choices he can grab from some of his influences. But I was like, dang, I'm pretty what's the word I'm looking for? Impressed about the direction he went, because if you look at his singles, the production felt a little like samey, and here he grabbed some different sounds. His melodies was a little different. I was like, okay, I see you doing a little yeah. Subject matter pretty much the same thing about women, relationships, stuff like that. You didn't really get nothing about who he is, but I feel like a lot of artists these days, especially like artists like him, you're not really want to get that from them. Maybe one song here and there on like a project, but I think with this one, he was trying to make a debut. Like I want to kind of put more into my production, and that's kind of what I got from here. I enjoyed this project. More I listened to it, I liked it even more. I love the intro. Uh, what Fiji was dope. I
Yeah,
love
I like the intro
yeah,
and the
out
outro. I
yeah,
love both of those
yeah,
tracks.
yeah. Out of Miami is dope to me. I need a fiance, and
I
that
did
gives
not
me
like
that.
that, and
I
that's
love
where
that
the
song.
the
That gives
corny
me
like
like
writing came in for me, and I'm just like, yeah, this ain't doing it for me.
that's that gives me like the aim Triplin that I was introduced to, but production wise a little bit more on it. I don't know. I like this beat. Crazy Hoes was dope to me. I like Tall Tales. And like you said, Kingdoms of My Heart, I like that. I like that too. Because
Mhm.
he had like singers now. Like it wasn't just him. He had, other people on these songs. I liked it. I was like, hey, it's all right. It's not like the best debut I heard, of course, but like I think it was a good debut for him. I think it's some stuff that you can grab from this. It's some stuff, yeah, I didn't really care for, but I feel like he's going into a good direction, because I'm pretty sure as he get older, he might get away from that voice, but I don't know how he will turn out when it comes to him as a lyricist or just lyrically, like writing. But hopefully he gets better, but I think he's in that vibey. So I'm looking for him more for the melodies and I guess the production and the bounce, the vibes, pretty much. That's why be like, I'm not even realistic to what he's saying. I'm like, hey,
So
I like this little
basically,
pocket he in.
he's like a Pierre Bourne for you.
Yeah, pretty much. I
Put
don't
him in
look.
putting him in that category. Okay, I can understand a bit more.
Mm,
I guess for me, like it still doesn't hit for me all the way, and that's mostly
yeah,
because of
yeah.
his actual songwriting and melodies himself. Because now, if I'm putting him in that category, I got someone to compare him to really like put him up. And I'm not going to compare it
Hmm.
production wise because Pierre's going to be, Pierre's
Yeah,
Pierre.
much
But
better.
melody
Hmm.
wise, I think also Pierre is better in terms of like being able to make a better song. Like he does have some
Hmm.
catchy hooks here and there, but there's that stuff. I didn't want to be Beyonce, fiance. I want Ariana. This is the sort of stuff that I'm just like,
Hmm.
kind of
Yeah,
cringe for me.
it could be childish.
Yeah, and that's all right because he is younger. So I'm an
Hmm.
uncle. This is the uncle points talking.
You're a wild
But
Unc B.
exactly, I'm a YN uncle. But like I said, I like the intro. Came in this beat.
Yeah.
I like
Mm,
the way he set
mm,
the tone. I'm like, all right, cool. I like, if
hmm.
we being honest. I like Fiji, and it took me a few times. I like 23. I did not like
Hmm.
that Do Ya song. I did not like it. And that was like the single for this album. That and Miss Me. Uh I like Out Miami featuring Ty Dolla Sign. I did not
Hmm.
like that. If you know, then you know. Yeah. I didn't
No.
like that song. I can get how people will like it though. I'm not saying it's a
Yeah.
bad song. I didn't like the fiance. I like Miss Me. I like Crazy H Words. And then I like Kingdom of Hearts. I gave this album like for me it's like a 2.5. Like I'm just like, I'm in the middle of it. It's not bad. It's a solid project for who he is. I'm just wondering like where can you go from here and it not sound too samey? Because
Hmm.
for him, he doesn't really do anything different with his voice. And that little effect he puts on his voice, I feel like is what holds him back. Because at least with someone like Pierre, and that's the best way I could articulate my point. Pierre
Hmm.
kind of goes in different ranges. He uses the auto tune. You could tell he's
Hmm.
singing, but he also gets in his rappy rap. Well, he tries to rap.
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And so it's gonna be hard for someone like this to make it sound different, except sonically. I think sonically is where he's gonna really excel with his next project. Because for me, if it sounds sonically good, he could maybe write a good song to it, but also the pen got to be better too, though. So yeah,
Hmm.
sonically, I think he's there. pen wise, the pen got to match with the sonics as well.
So you think the voice make it a little, I don't know, repetitive in a way?
Yeah, the voice
Like
makes it
it
super
don't it don't
repetitive.
it don't make it stand out because you still get the same.
So this is the thing. It sounds good in pieces. Like if I hear one
Hmm.
song, I'm like, oh, this kid sounds different.
Hmm.
But when I hear a whole project of it, I'm like, this makes him
It's like
sound the same on every single song. Like
hmm
I was like, okay, I'm getting exhausted of his sound now. But like I said, when you first
mm,
hear it, when I first heard him, I'm like, okay, that's what made him stand out because he has a different sounding voice because
hmm
he's putting that effect on there. But
right.
through a whole album, it sounds very samey.
Mm, I got you.
But like I said, if I would have heard these songs like by themselves without the context of the album, I probably would have liked more of these songs, some of these songs even more.
Hmm.
But hearing them in the context, I'm like, all right, I'm kind of getting drowned out by that one little distorted sound or effect you put on your voice.
Yeah,
And now it's gonna make everything else sound a bit samey.
yeah, I got you. I understand. There's some tracks on here I like. I might have to. I'm gonna throw one track like I'm doing. I'm making a playlist of the year. Each
Mhm.
album I listen to, if I find an album I like, I chunk it on that playlist. But
Mhm.
like I said, I think it was a step up from his singles and EPs he put out. But like I said, well, pretty much like you said, I agree with when it comes to, his lyrics could be a little childish, and he was hitting the different little melodies, but he kind of still was like samey. But I think he just gonna have to grow in that. And I don't know if that's something he's not really focused on. I think he with this album he kind of focused more on production. Like I feel like he was like, I'm just gonna catch the pocket, but I want to like get better with making beats, get better with my production because like I said, he is a producer first. So
Mhm.
maybe it's gonna take him some time to establish more of a sound or a different elevate, I say involve his sound uh
Mhm.
lyrically, or guess, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
vocally or whatever you want to do with it. Cause
I think sonically though, it sounds really good though.
yeah, like
Sonically,
yeah,
it's very
yeah, yeah,
solid. I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
say that it sounds like anything else I've heard
Oh nah,
specifically.
nah,
The
nah.
closest thing I can say is like a Igor. That's the
Hmm.
closest
And
thing
you were
I can
saying that's
say.
what some of the production gave you that feeling
Yeah.
because
They're
he
like
used a little
running out
sense
of
there.
time, running
Yeah,
out of
he used a little
time.
sense and stuff, but it was also him. Like
Yeah, it was
you know
yeah,
how
like I
some
wasn't saying, oh,
artists,
this is Igor Jr. Yeah.
yeah, you know how some artists just don't know how to have their own identity.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because they make certain sense that
Did you see
we
what
don't
that one
for
kid said? That
progressions.
one person that commented on our review of that. Thank you for
Uh-huh.
telling the truth. You saw
Uh-huh.
that?
I commented on there. I said we got killed for this.
But yeah, man, Eam Triplin, Melody of a Memory. I
Mhm.
think it was a solid project, man.
It's
It
a
was
solid
solid.
debut for him. I will say that I'm waiting for some more growth. Pause on that. But
Hmm.
I'm ready to see where he's at because I'm not saying like he gotta be the next Pierre or anything like that. It took Pierre into the life of Pierre 4 to really catch his little stride. So hey, if we get a melody of a memory 4 and it's popping off, shoot, if you start popping off at 2 or 3, hey, I'm there. I'm giving you room
Boy
to grow
say
right
Mel-
now. Pause on
Boy
that.
said Melody of Memory 4.
Hey, life will be here for it. Hey, that's hey, I'm just saying. Yeah, let us know what
Ay,
y'all think about
God.
that Aim Triplin down in the comment section down below if y'all heard it, or if y'all got a chance to listen to it, or if you're thinking about listening to it. But let's go on to the last project that we have to talk about today, B. Dom Sharpe. Shout out to the boys at Potty Mouth. How's the weather where you are? Now, this was supposed to be the album that I believe Drake was stepping on, Dom's release. And so he had to change the release date. It's funny because you texted me review. It is funny because I
Yeah.
literally went to Spotify before you texted me that, and it popped up because I followed Dom on there. And I'm like, oh, I'm like,
Hmm.
Dom put out the new project. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna listen to that later. You said review. I'm like, cool, two birds, one stone, baby. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So
Because he
this
was
is
saying, hold up before you go.
mhm.
The album that he was gonna put out, I think he didn't put it out because it was called like Some Songs for You. So he put out this other album he was working on because
Mhm.
he felt like Drake was stealing his thunder.
Oh.
Your dog hilarious,
Well,
bro. That dude is
well,
funny.
maybe Drake was colonizing his release, B. I don't know.
Yeah.
But going into this project, I will say that I'm a bit conflicted with this one.
Yeah.
uh Dom, I'm gonna get Dom. To me, he exudes a bit more. I know we said in the past he exudes Drake. He
Mhm.
shows his Drake influences. On this one, he showed me a bit more Uzi influences. And I don't know if that's because they both from Philly. I don't know. There were some points where I'm like, this feels like Uzi. I think the song that really did it is like Dog Talk. But going through the track list, I'm trying to heal. I like the first two tracks. But then it's like at one point, That's who you choose, really? Dom just started getting toxic. And I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed it, but I didn't like the song though. I don't know why I didn't like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
song. And I will say that Dom went a different production range than he did in the previous two projects that we heard also. Um, Your Name is Just a Song. I like that. I like Just Because. I
Hmm.
like Run Out Sentence. I believe that was the one where he was just rapping just to rhyme, right?
Yeah, he was rapping.
Words or
Yeah.
whatever at some point. He was saying like, how you gonna call me stupid or whatever, I know he has this little beef with the petit bourgeois, whatever he
The
calls
bu-
them.
the petite bourgeoisie, the
Yeah,
blacks.
yeah. And so What If is a skit, I believe, or interlude. Then we get Weekend in France, which features Gizzy and Tim Get the Money. I'm not gonna lie, when I heard the song though, Gizzy sounds just like Dom, I think, or Dom sounds just like Gizzy. I don't know who does what first exactly, but I'm like these two sound just alike. Tim Get the Money, he sounds the most different, which is why I was able
Hmm.
to recognize who that was because he was on another song. He was on like what two more songs on this project. Uh, he gave me like a what's the best way I can articulate this? If Giveon couldn't sing and he was Party Next Door instead.
Hmm.
That's what Tim Get the Money's voice reminds me of when he's doing his melodic thing.
And what? Yeah. Did it
It
feel like
reminds me
more
of
too
Giveon.
much auto tune?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It felt
Yeah.
like Giveon because he tried to have the deep voice. He tried to do that. But it also had the auto tune of like a Party Next Door. And I'm just like,
Hmm.
ah. And it really stuck out like a sore thumb on the song Tim's Interlude. And I'm just like, I'm like, Dom, you gave him a
Yeah.
whole interlude? I
Nah,
didn't think
that.
I didn't like Dog Talk like that. I think I'm better. I didn't like that song, but I did like the side closest to the door. Don't give up my side of the bed. I'm just
that.
like, it's one of those songs that's just like, it made me laugh every time I heard the hook. I'm just
Yeah.
like, I can't imagine Dom singing this the way he sings it because it's like it's
Yeah.
supposed to
Yeah.
be like
Yeah.
kind of like off kilter, but it's
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
beat still. I don't know. It's kind of a
Hmm.
funny way that he actually, you know, I guess harmonize the melodies on that song right there. But I think I was a bit conflicted on this because one, the production choices were a bit different, and it
Hmm.
wasn't like a stereotypical hip hop sounding
Hmm.
songs. And I'm not mad at that. I didn't know what to get out of this because how's the weather where you are? I didn't know what to get out of this project. Obviously, he's talking about relationships, women,
Hmm.
things of that nature. Like I said, he gets into his reminiscing bag, his nostalgia bag. But man, like I said, those are points where Dom was just getting toxic. I'm like, Dom, you
Hmm.
good? Do I need to check
He
on
said he
you?
should
I
have
might need
effed
to
up.
DM
He
you.
should have effed her mom, her sister, her cousin. It should be
Uh
love somewhere or something like that. He was saying. I was like, all right. So that's why.
huh. What do you think about this, B?
Oh yeah, Dom. I didn't like this, bro. You my guy, but man, it's like it was a few tracks on here. I was like, oh, I like this, but I know he's
Mhm,
trying to step out. I guess he was trying to step out. You could tell from like you said, production choices and stuff. But
mhm.
he experimented more like vocally with that auto tune because he started screaming on that dog talk, sounding like some trippy red. Like I was like, bro,
Mhm.
I was like, yo, Dom, let me get this out my headphones, boy. That stuff was, it was screaming. I was like, hey, bro, why he screaming like this? He was I like,
Is that the song where it's like ah?
yeah, yeah. I was like, bro, what are you talking about, boy? Stop that.
Mhm.
but but just because like I said, I like just because, and I like Run On Sentence, and I like his little trying to get all inspirational with the what if. I'm like, look at Dom yapping. That sounded good. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
Which
And
song was the one where you had the voicemail on, where you had the girl talking? Was that the What
oh,
If?
that like in the beginning when she was talking about she have a man, not a boyfriend.
Yeah, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Dang, cause
What
my
song was
boyfriend, the
that?
commitment. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember exactly what song they come from, but I remember it's in the first half because I enjoy more of this in the first half, like from like
Same, literally
from
same.
like. But I feel like when he got after like what if, when you got after like the what if interlude, like the little interlude he did, I didn't really care for none of this stuff right here with the
Mhm.
Tim get the money, dog talk. Think I'm better, and then Tim's interlude, like that Tim interlude, bro. I was like, oh no, I didn't know if him and Dom was doing a duet because I couldn't tell if he was singing and Dom. It felt like I heard two different voices. Dom, if you
I
watch
think
this,
they,
let
I
us
think
know
they,
if
yeah, I
y'all was
think they
just
both
having a
was doing that at
duet,
one
y'all
point.
two was singing together, all trying to y'all was singing together. But but yeah, man, the top half I felt was stronger to me, like one through
Hmm.
seven. Like even though seven is a little snippet. I mean, it's like a little he talking or whatever, but I enjoyed that a little more. But overall, I don't think I really like this project at all. Not like at
Mm.
all. I wouldn't say at all. That sounds a little harsh, but I don't think I liked it like that because I know you was trying to experiment, but some of this stuff it just didn't hit your boy. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I felt like I know you sometimes you'll critique an artist about how comfortable they are, but I don't know, it just didn't feel very comfortable
Natural.
on some of this.
Hmm.
Like it didn't feel natural. Uh the side closet to the last track. I remember when I was one day after work, and like he'll be on stream, and I'll just click on, just watch him sometimes. And he premiered that song or whatever, he played it, and I was like, nah, I ain't rocking with this one. But I understand it's a vibey, like you just in your
Hmm.
mode, you know what I'm saying? You hear it, and then it's like you say whatever come to your mind. So I felt like he was just like, hold up, don't get up my side
Side
of
of
the
the
bed.
bed.
I was like, oh yeah, he just vibing, and I have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a fan of it, but I understand when a musician, an artist get in there and just kind of speak from how they feel from what, well, sometimes they let the production speak for them. And that's probably what happened with Dom right there. But I don't know. I like that he's trying, different things and stuff like that. That's cool. And when he come out with that some songs for you or whatever, he get in his other little melody bags, we gonna check it out. But this one,
Mm.
Dom, I'm half and half, bro. I didn't I would I'm gonna just lean on. I didn't like this one as much as the other stuff I listened to, but there's some stuff on here I like. But that's the second half, that dog talk, he was wilding on there, bro.
Hmm.
Then you start going off saying, I should have a sister, a cousin, a
Hmm.
mama,
That's that
everybody. I'm
dog
like,
talk, B.
hey, I
He had that
understand this
dog in
that
him.
dog talk. I got him, but I don't know, just in here. But 2021 relationships, I'm trying to heal. I love the production on that one. And
Yeah. Do you think
I
maybe it's
think
because of the
just
features? Because literally after What If is when he starts having the features on there with
yeah, that's
Tim
when he
get the
had the
money
features.
in.
And I think so. But some of the production choices in the song direction
Hmm.
I didn't really care for those. But maybe he just wanted to do something different. But if he would have stopped that joint from 1 to 7 and just ended off with
What
that what
if?
if,
Hmm.
like just ended that with the ending, I was like, all right, this is a little cooler EP.
Hmm.
But I don't know, from eight to 12, bro. I couldn't get jiggy with it like that.
I mean,
Couldn't
I
get
didn't
jiggy with
either.
it.
I liked Weekend in
Yeah.
France, cool. I wanted to support my boy Gizzy because I think me and him follow each other on Twitter.
Yeah.
The side of the side closest to the door. I don't want to say it's cute because that's a grown man. It's that's bubble gummy. Definitely got my
Yeah.
side of it was bubble gummy. So I'm like, all right,
Man.
like
Yeah.
okay, I get down with it. But yeah, like I said, that Tim's interlude, I was like, mm-mm. I was like,
Hey,
mm-mm. Tim get the money. I don't know
dumps.
if you PM or not. I was like, this sounds like Giveon mixed with Party Next Door, and that's not good.
Oh no,
Giveon
they
on his
not
own
paying
is
us.
good. Giveon is not good. I mean, Giveon is good. Party Next Door is not a vocalist. I'm like, so
Yeah.
them two styles put together, I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah. That's why.
I don't know. It kind of
Yeah.
rubbed me the wrong way, especially since I've been listening to some R&B lately. So hearing that, I'm just
Hmm.
like, ugh. Like if you're gonna go auto tune it all the way. If you're gonna sing,
Hmm.
go sing it all the way. Please don't put both together. It didn't sound like a good mix to me.
Yeah. I didn't know if I'm saying, I'm like, especially on the Tim's interlude, I'm like, is Dom singing with him? Because I
Hmm.
thought I heard two different voices, and
Hmm.
I'm like, bro, are they doing a duet like on
That's how I
this
felt
right
with
here? I'm like,
That's how I felt with Weekend in France when Don would rap and Gizzy would rap. I
yeah.
gotta listen to the song again. I gotta actually have some headphones on to listen because they almost
That,
sounded goddamn the exact same
that's the one
rapping.
they would
I'm
like take
like,
a
it's that
pic.
auto tune.
We hear the waves crash. Take
I'll see.
we in France.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
I like the little vibe of that, but
No,
yeah,
I like the song on here. I liked it on here. It's just that Gizzy and Dom sounded way too much alike, and Tim's is the one that sounded the most unique. But that's
mhm,
not always a great thing. It just because you sound unique.
sound
You get what I'm
unique.
saying? So
Yeah,
yeah, no disrespect to them because they PM. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect.
yeah, they
But
little
Tim,
homies. You know what I'm saying?
we gotta work on some vocals on that one, Tim. Like I don't know if I gotta check out your project, see what your steez is, what your vibe is, but I wasn't getting down with that Tim's interlude. That was like the song I'm like, ugh.
And Don gave homie a whole song.
Yeah, a whole interlude. Even though Don was on it, I'm like, oh, I'm like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I agree with you. First half, except for that's who you chose, really. I
Oh,
enjoyed the first half. I thought that the
that's what you
first half
like.
was really good.
Why you trick choose a rich? He's like choose a
Basically,
rich
dirty
nigga, whatever.
macking. Basically, kind of like
Yeah,
dirty
there, yeah,
macking.
he was hating. He was
Yeah,
hating.
which
He
I mean,
hated. He was hating.
I get it though.
Yeah.
He was hating a good amount on this, and I'm like, all
Yeah,
right,
that's
I
why
can
I'm
get
saying
down
that's
with the
why the
hate.
whole where how's the weather, how's the weather where you are, like, to his ex or something like that. Then
Mhm.
he had this one line I liked though. He was like, I don't cheat no more. My chick, maybe my chick do threesomes or something like that. He said. I was like, all
Mhm.
right, this dude wildin', bro.
What
Dumb.
song was it where he was talking about he remembers going to parties debating if
Oh, if Drake
Kendrick is
better
better
than
than Playboy
Drake better than
Cardi. No,
he
I
didn't
think he
say
said
Drake. I thought
Kendrick
he
was.
said Drake.
I thought
He
he said
said
Kendrick
Kendrick.
better than Playboy Cardi or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
I think
I
I
said, oh,
could
he
be
just
mishearing that.
yeah, I could be mishearing it because at first I thought he said Kendrick, and then I would listen to it today, and I thought he said Drake. I'm like, huh? Am I bugging? 'Cause I listened to this
Mhm.
album like,
I
bro.
listened to it
I swear I
since
listened
we
to this
had
like
the
I listened to it a lot because I was trying to
mhm.
like, dang, I'm kind of conflicted with this. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
don't want to get on here and get my guy a bad interview. I mean review, but I'm a little. I don't know if I like this as
I'm
much.
halfway on the album. This isn't an album
Yeah,
that I'll
yeah.
add to the library, but there's some oh, excuse me, there's some songs on here from Dom that I really enjoy. Like if this was an EP, this would have been added to the library. But because it was
Yeah,
an
I'm
album,
saying,
half the songs I didn't
yeah.
like, I'm like, yeah, I gotta leave this one
But
out. But every time,
I like how
Dom,
he started it though.
no, I do as well. And I
Hmm.
think that the ending track is a good ending track. But every time, Dom, when I will finish this project, it'll go to some songs that you had on a collection of songs because I'm mad at 1.5, and I'm like, hold up, I might need to tap in with
Hmm.
that project because this that sounds like
Yeah,
something serious. So yeah,
yeah.
you got any final closing thoughts, B?
One thing about that I noticed from Dom, just listening for some of his projects, he's a talented guy. Like just because some of the stuff we didn't like on here, like him actually trying something different,
Mm-hmm.
and just being comfortable with him. He don't seem like nobody that's not confident. You got to be confident to make a song and do a duet with your homie. You know what I'm saying? Got to be a confident a confident person. But overall, man, him as a musician, like I'm having fun listening to some of his stuff, and giving him a little shine on his music on here on this platform right here. But other than
Mm-hmm.
that, man, keep doing you, Dom. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna stop you from don't put up the side
Right,
of there. You
the
know what I'm saying? Do your
bag.
thing, bro. Hey, no lie though. I said, hold up. I'm listening to this album too much because I'm starting to like this song. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's a
I
cool
was like, I
closing
was like,
song.
I
It's a
was like,
cool
hold up. I
closing
think
song.
I was like, man, I'm gonna think of my first thought. I don't like this, but then I'm like, I'm listening too much. Maybe I do. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I do
shout out
appreciate that
Dom,
Dom
man.
did something different on these last three projects that we heard from Days
Yeah.
Before, Story of Icarus, which we kind of touched upon in the Days Before review,
Mm-hmm.
and in this project right here. So yeah, shout
You
out
know
to
what I'm
Dom from
saying?
Potty Mouth, and shout out to Ford from Potty Mouth, man. Shout out to Gizzy, shout out to Tim's
Yeah.
getting the money, getting money.
Hold up, bro. Do Dom ever put four on the album, bro? Come on, man. Four need to talk
No,
to him,
no, he
bro.
not putting. No, they in competition. B. They can't be on each other's album like that. When they get
Come
together,
on,
it's gonna be
man.
like it's gonna be first person shooter part two. B. When they
Bro,
get
him
together.
and Four gotta put out a Meet Your Padre remix with Four and his Spanish put Dom on this little thing. Dom Uno now, bro. I gave him the nickname Uno, bro. So he Uno and Ford. They dropped the Meet Your Padre. They gotta do it, bro. I'm just saying, if y'all listen, if
Boy.
you watch the review down to this part, to the end, we need that Meet Your Padre by Uno and Four. I'm just saying.
And that's been it for another album
I'm
review.
just
Let us
saying.
know if y'all have heard Dom's. How's the weather where you are? Let us know if y'all have heard it down in the comment section down below and how you feel about it.
And if you haven't, go check it out, bro. Go support the
Oh
homie,
yeah,
man.
definitely go check it out, man. Get the streams up on that, and go check out, go subscribe to Potty Mouth too. Hilarious guys over there.
Yeah.
Uh, but now it's time to actually get into discussions. Maybe do a little shaking up of the table B. Let's talk about, do rollouts matter for bigger artists? I remember some people, and I'm trying to vaguely remember the tweet because the person that made the tweet deleted it. I remember him saying something about how Kendrick sold this much, and Kendrick didn't have a rollout, and look how much he sold.
Mhm.
And it got me to thinking, B, if Taylor Swift were to drop an album randomly, would the whole world not know about it by that Friday? Or like say she drops it Friday at 12 p.m., just like Kendrick did. Would all the world not know about it by 5 p.m.?
Yeah, everybody gonna know about it. Just
So
how
now
everybody knew
I'm
about Kendrick. Kendrick
so
album.
now I'm starting to think, B, do rollouts really matter for bigger artists? Because let's talk about it. I think the first time we really had something like this happen was
Hmm.
when Beyonce dropped her self-titled album back when I was like in middle school. You was probably in high school or graduated by then.
Hmm. No, I
She dropped
graduated.
that. Literally, be everybody. She dropped it at midnight randomly. Everybody came to school the
Mm.
next day and everybody was listening to it. I don't think bigger artists really need rollouts anymore.
It depends
I
on
don't
your
think they've
level.
been not needing. No, I'm saying bigger artists like those huge artists. They don't need a rollout. So using the fact of, oh, we knew so and so was gonna go drop, and I hate the fact of when people use this whole rollout thing. Oh well, people didn't know about this because they didn't really have that much of a rollout. It's Kendrick. Most likely, you had that whole weekend to listen to it, and if you really wanted to listen to it, you were going to listen to it. You had a whole week to listen to a project
So
for it to actually count
so what
towards
was the
streaming.
excuse of him having not having a rollout? What was they were saying what?
I think they was trying to either discredit Drake or using Drake like, oh, Kendrick did this, and he had no rollout versus Drake, who I could be vaguely remembering because I see so
Oh
many
yeah,
top
but
people.
Kendrick technically had a rollout.
But yeah, exactly with the whole beef thing, like he had a moment behind
He
him.
technically had a
But
rollout.
they was like, oh well, Drake had two teasers that came out for some songs for you, and it didn't do as well. But also, people aren't putting it in context like, oh, he's doing a collaborative project and it's an R&B album instead of a rap
Cause
album. But also,
yeah, but if
there's
Kendrick
the whole conversation of, oh, no rollout, but he still did such great numbers. But I'm like, any artist that big of that magnitude in general, a Taylor Swift, Jay-Z, Drake, all them big artists are Rihanna. If they drop, you're going to know it 2 or 3 hours later during
mhm.
the day. Like you
Cause if
don't need a
Kendrick
rollout for those artists.
but if Kendrick would have put out like Not Like Us on that joint would have been way more sales
Agree.
on the first week. Yeah, because technically a rollout is rolling out the album. You're doing interviews, you
You're
have
doing
promotions
singles.
everywhere. You getting more people. You got your singles. So all that add on top of
Mhm.
the album. So like what Kendrick did to me was good numbers, without you know what I'm saying. I don't.
No,
But
no,
rollouts
but
for big
people were
artists,
saying
yeah,
like,
no, 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 I got
yeah.
you, I got you. I agree with you when it comes to like bigger artists. Of course, people gonna go, but I think people just using the rollout situation because what if he had a rollout with putting out a single and having promotion or like we knew it was coming out, people amping up and getting ready for it because it actually was a surprise. But yeah, if he would have like just did his technically rollout with the beef and then dropped like put like I'm not like us on there, oh that thing probably would have sold at least 420 or something. What you think? You think that I think they would have added an extra 100,000 on there if I'm
Yeah,
wrong, because
easily. Easily.
that thing was number one. That thing sold a
Easily.
lot.
But
Yeah. So
Punch, who likes to speak for Kendrick online. Oh, he didn't put it on there because of integrity. He didn't want to put the beef on there or whatever, something
yeah, he
like
don't.
that. But everybody was like,
Yeah, he didn't have to.
but then why was he talking about other stuff about the beef on there? I was like,
Nah, yeah, nah. I
I
understand
love
though,
when people like to do that.
because like when it comes to the album, he focused on the new stuff. I like that approach. Like I don't have to put my this big track on there because I could. Some people could do it. He didn't do it. I think there's some integrity there. You don't believe there's no integrity in that?
No, no, no. I agree with it. You know
Yeah.
me. I don't like when other people speak for
Oh, you
Kendrick
talking about
because I'd rather one hear from them. But I also like it when people like make Punch looking like the
every
villain. Like, Punch, shut up.
B, but
Because
everybody's speaking for Drake too. Drake haven't said nothing but tweets.
yeah, but guess what? Drake just be making himself look bad too in general.
Artists like that,
Everybody be clouding
they
Drake
don't
in
really.
general whenever he does anything.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody, them big artists don't even speak no more, bro.
And it
So
sucks.
a lot
But
of the people
like I was
around them
saying.
gonna, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, no, no.
You
I'm
said a
just saying
lot.
that, like, that's one thing I don't really like about when an artist get too big is like we don't hear from them like that because they got such of you know a status now that they don't really have to go to interviews and talk to people no more. It does kind of suck because on the come up they had to do those things for us to feel some type of connection with them besides the music and also social media. And now it's kind of like it's kind of a part that we're missing from our bigger artists now. It
Yeah.
kind of suck,
Now
especially
you
me
got
going
Glasses
back.
Malone talking for Kendrick.
He shouted out Glasses Malone in his Grammy speech. Uh, when you think about me, I've been doing a lot of research and just going back in the time and just being like, dang, I kind of miss when you can go and you see that Drake interviewed here or like J Cole was here, or Kendrick was here, or blah blah blah. But now
I went to a
it's not like
Nardwuar
that no
interview
more.
by Drake
Yeah,
yesterday. I was like,
yeah.
dang, I missed him.
It's just so crazy that they ain't at that point no more in their careers. But it is
Yeah,
what it is.
I agree.
But rollout for a big artist, I agree with you, B. I don't think it's needed as much at all.
Yeah, I hate when people, because I've been saying that talking point, and I'm just like, but a rollout, especially with social media, it's different if you had to go out and buy the CD. Yes, you would need the rollout, but now with social media, they could instantly put on their story, oh, I got a new album out. Oh, you have the following feature on streaming services. You get the notification. You don't need a
Cause
rollout no more. As a big
I
artist like that, other
yeah
artists do need rollouts, but big artists like that, they don't need rollouts no more. You
yeah
don't.
it
People are
dep-
gonna listen
like
to it. People are gonna know about it
when
later that day.
when four of my dogs dropped, Drake did the Charlotte freestyle, and that's it, right? Did he have any
No,
singles for the album?
slime you out with SZA.
Sl- Oh yeah,
Because
that
remember he
was
had the
album.
picture of Holly Berry with the Nickelodeon
Yeah,
slime, and she
that
got
song
mad about that.
sucked.
It did.
That album sucked. That album sucked.
I put it on the lower of Drake's album discography. I will
So
agree.
that's a lot of
I've
low
seen some
low
people put it
stuff
at the
from Drake.
best, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, they just yeah they weird.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and get into the next topic. B, your boy Reason.
Yes,
We
sir.
talked about it earlier about him coming out with some new music. We're gonna review his album later this week. Uh,
Yes, sir.
is Reason a goofball, as the internet has deemed him to be, because of all the things that he's been saying about how he got out of TDE. Basically, if you guys have not watched his interview with Bootleg Kev, I watched some of his interview clips that he had on there just to get more of context of like who Reason is, what he's like going into this album and things like that. Reason seems like a cool dude, but he recently went on Bootleg Kev saying like, I was purposely saying good things about Drake during the whole Drake versus Kendrick beef, so I could get out of my label situation with TDE because essentially TDE was holding his music hostage in the way TDE goes about it. Based off of what he said, I don't know anything about this. Uh, they kind of like wait to release their artists' music before they feel like it's ready to actually be put out. That way they don't step on other people's releases. Yada yada boop boop boop. This is why it took so long for Scissors Control to come out. Other things like that. And Reason was saying, like, I'm not like one of these other bigger artists where like you can hold my stuff back because you hold my music back. That's holding back my opportunities for, me to make money, for me to put food on the table for my family and, fend for my family, things like that. And so that was Reasons like, response that he had on Twitter because a lot of people was killing him for the whole like, oh yeah, I was talking great about Drake because I want to get out of my label situation. But to properly phrase him, I get it. This beef to y'all is everything, so I completely get why some fans feel away. But for me as an artist and human, I say that because in this we forget people are actually human. LOL. Me not dropping music means I can't put food on the table and feed me and my family. I can't pay bills. I can't eat. If it ever comes down to being able to do that or choosing a side in the beef, I'm gonna choose my survival. If you don't understand it, that stand that, then that's fine. Love to those that do, though. B, how do you feel about this?
Um, I understand him as a family man. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, bro. But it just at the same point, I'm not in the industry, but I know how politics be played, and him making that move could actually be really detrimental to his next situation or probably people working with him in the future because they can see how he handled that situation. What makes them trust you? How would you handle something with them?
I think the
So, and
difference in
also,
situations would be because, we have artists that were loyal to this thing. Like if he goes to an empire, I highly doubt that they'll do something like that to him.
well, Empire, they not a label, like they do distribution,
Hmm.
their distribution label. So I'm speaking on like you gotta think who TDE is aligned with, B. They align with the biggest label, UMG.
Hmm.
Top them, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
They can call, bro. You gotta understand it's
Pull a few
politics. So
little
I'm
strings,
like,
B. Pull a few strings.
yeah. So you
Scratch a
gotta, I
few
don't know. It
backs.
could, that's what I'm saying. They can make his life a living hell. Like, I, I'm hoping none of that happened because I wish him the best with independency, man. I hope he do this. But
Because it's
I
rough.
understand it. It is rough. And
It's
that's
rough,
what I'm saying.
especially
We're
for
gonna
artists
review.
that's not as known.
Yeah. And I'm saying we're gonna review his album, but it's just like it just I remember when he put up that tweet, like the beat switch was dope and then had it up and then deleted it. It's like, bro, it's like that's why fans was like, ugh, that's why we looked at you this way. And like you said, he seems like a really cool, down-to-earth guy. And we don't understand what goes on in these labels. Like we don't know what's going on in TDE. So it's some stuff I'm pretty sure he leaving out because he was having back and forth with other TDE like affiliates and stuff like that. And I was hearing that Dave Free was saying they should have never yeah, I was seeing how they were saying Dave Free said they should have never signed him and stuff like that, and things like that. What are you doing? But but I just hope that. it don't affect his future business. You know what I'm saying? Because like that could be really harmful for an independent artist. And having this on your jacket, bro, as being like disloyal, because you know how if you in a click, a label, TDE and stuff like that, they value loyalty. And you showing that, I don't know, man. People gonna look at you away, bro. And then also him being so vocal about it and being honest on Bootleg Kev seems like okay, he's being honest, but like also being like side eye. Yeah, I don't know, man. So it could be detrimental. It could be
I
detrimental.
To me, this reminds me of the whole J. Cole apologizing thing. Like as a man, I
Mm,
get it in my heart and my soul, but you know how it
yeah,
looks to everybody else. Come on, you look a bit crazy. But even though I don't think I was like when Reason was saying that stuff, I wasn't too taken aback from it to where I was just like, what Reason? How could you? Like I wasn't too taken aback of it. To me, it just felt like someone that was really just wanting to speak his actual thoughts on like the actual music outside of the politics itself. But you know, obviously I know because he's in the industry, because he has to play politics, that was going to be a good move for him in terms of like wanting to be or stay on a label, which obviously he did not. But I
yeah.
completely
But
get him, and I don't really fault him too much for doing these moves purposely to get off the label. It
because
just
he
seems like
talked
a
to a
weird
lawyer and he's
purposely get out the label though. So
but no, it's because like it takes a long time to kind of get out of a label deal. It'd be like a at least 2 year process, 3 years to actually some people to really get out those deals.
mhm.
So he said that TDE was dragging. So he understood, but it's like he talked to one of his friends that's a lawyer and told him certain things you might have to do for them to like, okay, let's get him away. Because be what it looked like if somebody put a hit piece out on you, and I'd be like, dang, how he edited that video was good though. I'm
I
not
mean, it
doing
looked
that.
crazy,
I'm
but
not.
I
I'm
want you
saying
to
it
tell
looked
me though in
crazy.
person though.
Yeah, I wouldn't tweet that. I because
Mhm.
like it's F that person. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna tweet it. But
Hmm.
if I'm talking to you like, yo, B, that was a dope edit. Like if I told you that. But
Hmm.
I'm just saying I wouldn't do that perfect like cause people gonna be like, hold
Yeah,
up, bro,
because
that's your
you
man.
got to stand on your
That's
side.
your
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So it's like that's why I was like, that's when I looked at it, everybody was like, hold up, bro, you don't supposed to say nothing about that. You know what I mean? That's just how it
Mhm.
is. It's like that when you affiliated, and also he's not even affiliated, he's signed. And that's
Yeah.
that's family. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's looked at like that. I was like,
But
huh?
also, he
Is he
always
what
said
is
that
he
he felt
doing?
like he was like the one that didn't fit in, like the black sheep. It seems like, based off of what
It's
I'm
because of the
remembering.
it's because of the fans then gravitate towards him. Because
Hmm.
bro, we fans of TDE artists. He didn't connect.
Section in my collection. Come
You
on.
say that's what I'm saying. Like, B, we black, we was a fan of all that. So I'm like, when you connect with an artist. Like when Isaiah Rashard came around, that Silver demo, we was like, hey. And then also he repping for the South, and we like, hold up, bro, this hard. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, reason it didn't
I think
hit.
Reason. I honestly feel like Reason just came too late. But also, I just feel like he wasn't based off of what I've heard because I haven't heard his whole album, the album they put
Yeah,
out with TDE.
I
He
heard
didn't
both
like
of
some
them.
of the songs that he put out. They didn't really hit for me, so that's why I never really checked out the album. Like the songs wasn't bad, but they didn't come. Like I said, he just came
Yeah,
out too late on TDE.
he
Like,
he gave me Dreamville vibes all the time. He just gave me
mhm.
Dreamville vibes.
See, I
But
can't say that
I
because
don't
you know
know.
I haven't listened to all of Dreamville, but yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Hey, all the best, for reasons, man. I know some people look at you in a bad light, but like as a family man myself, and also, we both work, man. We want to have money, make sure we eat, get things we want, and if your label, your job is not allowing you to eat or whatever, so sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But it looks a little funny how it's just gonna look a little funny, bro. But sometimes people don't understand your plight because they're not in your shoes.
Yeah.
So I understand it.
Next time when you have that resume, you're going to another label or doing what you got to do. You just better make sure you don't put TDE as a reference call. That's all I got to say about
Hey,
that.
nah, B, hey, the music industry very small.
I know they are already talking blackball.
Yes, bro.
Um, all right, let's get into the next topic. B. Does
Hmm.
the West Coast need to compete more with each other? B, why do you want to bring this as a topic into today's discussion?
Because I saw your tweet, and I also saw Kiko kind of like
kicking in the
echoed
back of
this.
the West Coast.
He kind of like echoed the same sentiments as you when he was saying like people had to go to the East Coast because the East Coast they very critical of their own artists, and I was just
Yeah.
like, man, I never even looked at it like that. And and with the West Coast, he was just saying like they so together, but I'm like, then I started thinking, I'm like, dang. I said, let's talk about it, but also it made me feel a kind of way because we also want to work together. Yes, you can have some competition, but you also want to work together and not be too, especially as artists. I understand how the fans can critique them, but as artists, you don't want to be vocally like outspoken of criticizing, your peer like that. You know what I mean? You want to have that competition, but you also still can work together. But I feel like the West Coast feels like sometimes they feel like the bastard child of hip hop because some people they look at as nobody like us. So they want to kind of stick together, even though yeah, they had their internal beefs, but out loud they want to West Coast. You know what I'm saying? They want to stick together and be together. So I'm like, I understand that, but I also be like, dang, the competitor in me, the competitor in me, I'm like, is that a problem with them? Because it seemed like they just up under one person wing. Kendrick up, so the West Coast up. So I just was thinking like, what was you channeling in that tweet of yours?
So basically, Kiko been, kicking in the backs of a lot of people. It's
Hmm.
Kiko, Slander King on Twitter. Go follow him if
Yeah.
y'all haven't already. Uh, but when it comes to Kiko's tweets and slander, I be like really, they be really resonating with me to my
Hmm.
soul because I'm like, yeah, you West Coast Negroes, just like Joey Bad A said, you Negroes are meat licking right now, especially with what's that boy from TDE, the one that got clout off of Joey diss, Rayvon.
Rayvon, okay.
Yeah, Kendrick is like the pop out for the Kendrick's pop out was like the guys who had no father. I'm like, all right, so you basically just called him your daddy. Okay, cool. And then we got AZ Chike on his recent song.
Hmm.
So. You better respect this Duckworth. Like,
The Duckworth.
I'm like, me in my head, are you Negroes goons? Like, imagine
Hmm.
me, we playing a Batman game. Oh yeah, you don't want to mess with the Joker, son. This is like the
Hmm.
Penguin saying something like this to Joker. Like,
Hmm.
no, you your own boss. What are you doing? Why are you
Hmm.
repping for him right now? Y'all don't even have a common enemy. That's the worst part. I don't like this meat licking B. I don't like this. Oh yeah, well he the king because he running everything right now. You just gonna succumb to his reign right there, like that? Really, B? B, I at least in the South, we wouldn't be doing like yo, like Future the King, bro. Like Lil Wayne to go. Like we will give props, but they not gonna say, "Oh yeah, he's the best," though. Like we like
They do though in the South, bro.
they not about to say
We
like, "Oh yeah,
champion our.
that number one guy is the
But I'm
king."
saying we
When Ti
champion
said that he was the king, they said, "Hey, who said a big boy Scarface? You gotta know what comes with that title if you gonna call yourself
Yeah.
that."
Yeah, you could say that, but I'm just saying they still have, like okay, he's the new generation. They still was behind him. I'm saying in the South, we are we are similar to the West Coast because you gotta understand, West Coast, East Coast was running things, and we was looked at the country cousins. We was outsiders. So the South have something to say also was a
Mhm,
thing. And you think about Atlanta, how the tree of Atlanta, bro, and how a lot of them work together. I
mhm.
don't know, man. It's still kind of the same for the South.
But see, this is my caveat, and I'm gonna be a hypocrite. It's different for the South. We had an uphill fight. Like our fight was like a bit different than the West Coast. West Coast has NWA back then. Who do we have
Yeah, but I'm
back then
saying,
that was just
but I'm saying,
running
man,
stuff like in the
but I'm
mainstream
saying,
media like that?
B. The West Coast wasn't looked at like, oh, bam, they the thing yet though. And they had to become a part of hip hop. They still was looked down upon by East Coast as well.
B, they had NWA,
You have B.
they had
I'm
Dr.
saying
Dre.
B. You think everybody was rocking with that at first? I'm saying,
No, but we gotta think about when we look back at hip hop, when we talk about classic albums, especially in the 90s, because we're more so talking about the 2000s currently. But when we look
mm,
about classic albums from the 90s, how many Southern albums is in that conversation?
I'm saying East Coast albums will run it.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying there's gonna be some West Coast meddled in there as
Yeah,
well.
but you got Ghetto
But
Boy
I'm saying
stuff. You got
how
Outkast
many?
stuff.
Mhm. One, two.
Yeah.
That's it. We ain't got nobody like that. B back then,
Name
the
some West Coast
camaraderie,
people.
our fight was different compared to
You
back
had A
then.
Ball, MJG. You had 3 6 Mafia.
Those gonna be on some top
You
lists
had you
for
had
top
you
albums
had
from the
you
90s.
had
B.
Miami bass going crazy. with Uncle Luke and them, they freaking had the parental advisory. They took hip hop to the court. I'm
B
just saying, we all have our
B.
own fight.
No, yeah, we all do have
Think
our
of
own
West
fight.
Coast. Do the West Coast right now. Think of like name mad West Coast artists that was like huge. That had nothing to do with Ice Cube and Dr. Dre.
Snoop Dogg.
Ice Cube and Dr. Dre. He had something to do with that movement.
That was huge.
It's not much. It was just them, B.
You know I'm not down with West Coast 90s music like that. So
I am.
you can ask me that.
I love what I
see
love
when
West
you
Coast
give
music.
me because give me with the blog era. I got you with some artists.
Yeah, but I'm saying I know
you.
West Coast music from the 80s and 90s. That like birthed my love for hip hop as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, they had a fight as well, B.
But we had a more uphill
Like
fight.
No, I'm not trying to have a victim Olympics, B. I'm just saying that's what you're doing right now. We had a harder struggle. No,
but I'm saying, B, no. But see, this is my thing though, because like but we have camaraderie down here in the South, which is why a lot of people be like, man, the
that's
South.
What I'm saying.
Really
West Coast feel the same way, B.
But B, we not going. But B, when was we calling one person the king in the South like that?
What you mean?
And we wasn't just letting. No one was just letting.
When Lil Wayne was running when Lil Wayne was running the hip hop, bro, we was not me, but hip hop South was repping for Wayne like heavy, bro. You can't talk about Wayne right now. He couldn't even, if they was talking about, bro, all them pages in the South everywhere was a hold up now. You not talking about Wayne like this, bro. You better relax.
I'm talking about rappers. I'm saying rappers.
Lil Wayne's a rapper. What are you talking about? Rappers?
No, I'm saying other rappers was like, yeah, you better not mess with Wayne or else you got to mess with me. No one was saying that about no Lil Wayne back then.
But I'm saying who was going to the beef? Now that's a beef. That's something different. You have somebody saying too much West Coast D-licking. But I'm just saying this situation is different. You talking about Kendrick and Drake, Joey Bad saying that. I'm saying, look, that's them. I said that's a different situation to the South. I'm talking about the camaraderie, like them being together and feeling like people against them. That's why we had that in the South and they have it in the West Coast.
But B, we're coming off one of the biggest beefs of all time. My thing was this, right? And I've said this before, and I've said this on the timeline. I'm like, nowadays rappers are really weak. I think Jake Pay Mafia said, yo, I better not mess with Kendrick ever. What type of weak soft stuff is this? I never heard no rapper submit to another rapper like this on the TLB. Freddie Gibbs would never.
Mm-hmm.
What other rappers you hear submitting to another rapper like that? Oh, I don't want to get that Drake treatment. So y'all just saying y'all just automatically gonna get wiped? Is that what you're saying? B, I'm not with the patheticness in here, B. I'm not.
Hey, I'm not.
You go out there and you lose like a goddamn.
I'm saying I'm not agreeing with that. JPEG is technically from the South. He's from Alabama, but I'm talking about the camaraderie part. I understand why they doing that. Like why would AZ Chike say that?
Submitting.
You say what?
That's why I was saying that. My main point came from submitting because these past few weeks, even one of my rapper homies, because I said the same. I said this to JPEG Mafia. I'm like, I never seen rappers submit to another rapper being like, oh yeah, Kendrick the King. I'll never mess with him.
Yeah.
We not submitting like that though. No,
I'm pretty sure I can go back in history and find some people submitting to Jay-Z.
You probably can, Bob, but you wasn't gonna see it on the timeline though. B, I'm not
because
trying
it
to
was
see
social media, B.
But I know,
B,
no,
you gotta understand.
B, I'm not trying to see nobody.
If it was social media, we would be looking at a lot of people differently.
You're right. That's why reality TV broke a lot of people because of that. Reality TV was the inkling towards that.
Like if it was social media in the 90s, it'd be some stuff that was wild. Because they would have, you never know what people be saying and
You're
doing.
Right. Imagine all the freak clips getting viral.
So all I'm saying is, I'm speaking from the camaraderie part and why West Coast is like how they is. But when it comes to like, hey yo, I never come at Kendrick type stuff, I'm not with that. That's weak. That's soft. But
that's what I'm saying. You got rappers out here calling him his daddy and telling him, "Oh, you better respect him, or else you're gonna get me."
Yeah, that's the little homies. They gonna ride for the big homie. The big homie don't get into the mess like that. He ain't trying to squabble.
You know he just got into the biggest mess of all time in hip hop.
No. I'm talking about he the little minion. So if Joey coming at Kendrick, you think Kendrick finna hit him? No, you had a little homie to handle that. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, Kendrick's smart. He not gonna go get someone that can actually give him that smoke.
You can't. Joey, bro, get out of here, B. At this point, you just sound like a hater.
I've been one. What do you mean?
Oh my
I'm just
God.
not sounding like
Hey,
one.
Joey ain't go no smoke, right? Get him out of
Hey,
here.
Joey always compared
Pardon
himself to
me.
Kenny and Cole. He said it
Yeah, I
himself, not
know.
me. He said it on 2000s.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, he snipped Drake out of that little big three. He said Drake did the big three. You mean me, guys? Come on. You forgot about me?
But yeah, man.
Yeah, I just don't like the submitting. To me, it's just nasty work, B. Like I
Mhm.
said, because even my rapper homie, he said I would never do something like this. Like this is like
Yeah.
he said this looks crazy, and I'm like, God dang
hmm
it, you're right. This does look crazy. It's nasty. I don't like
hmm
the submitting. Like yeah, like okay, like I look up to Kendrick and I'm gonna beat him one day. Okay, cool, do that. But don't just be like, man, Kendrick got that, bro. He got that, bro. He my daddy, bro. I'm not. No.
Yeah, that was a wild line.
Yeah.
The papa meant something to the kids that ain't got dads. I'm like, all right,
So you
girl, don't
basically just
say
called
that.
this man your daddy at this point. See, I'm like B and people.
See,
You
that's
guys knew what he
different.
meant with that lyric.
That's
I know what it meant. It still don't sound right.
it don't sound right. It's not a bar. It's not a bar, my friend.
But people think it's a bar because it means something. It still sounds bad. That's like I'm gonna eat a Negro's butt like an almond joy. It sounds bad. You get what he
hmm
means. It still don't sound good.
You look so good. You suck on your, I suck on your
Exactly.
daddy.
We know what it means. It's still a bad bar.
It's a bad bar and a bad joke by Richard Pryor.
I agree. That's a funny man right there in many ways.
R.I.P. to both of them, and R.I.P. to Biggie mom. She passed away as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Biggie's mom
Yeah,
passed
yeah.
away. Tiger's mom
R.
passed
Yeah.
away as well.
Oh yeah, both of the yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a nasty YouTube live about Tiger, bro. I put it on the timeline. No, dude talking about Tiger Blood sacrificed his mom and then dropped the album. I'm like, man, get out of here. Bro, people are
One
weird, bro.
that album was not no
I'm
that
not
album he couldn't have be. I'm sorry, but he couldn't have. If you heard the album, he couldn't have. That could no stop that.
yeah, yeah, that was just crazy. But
But let's
yeah,
go ahead and get to this last topic. B. Kendrick, is he faking them stream numbers? B. Is it UMG? Is it a whole bunch of bots? Was it bot like us?
they say K-Bots.
In
Uh
fact,
this
that's
this this stems from like a no jumper interview. It was some dude from Texas and Whack 100 because I know Whack and Adam has like a podcast together. And Whack was like, nah, them numbers not, they're not doctored or whatever. But if they are doctored, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I wouldn't care because you gotta understand the whole music industry. So if y'all want to go with the whole UMG shut Drake down and boost Kendrick up, you can vice versa. Did Drake have him up and other people get step down? Because now the Drake fans are saying when Drake was up, everybody was eating. So then I was like, yo,
go
y'all be reaching,
go
bro. Them Drake fans be reaching, bro. They gotta stop.
go. B,
Everybody ate
the
when
only
Drake was
reason
up is
I love the
crazy.
Kendrick, the only reason I like the Drake fans, be because they be having some of the most delusional takes, and I
They
be
sell
dying,
they
B.
so
I be
delusional, bro.
dying.
I be
The
feeling
Kendrick
sorry
fans, they
for him,
don't be
B.
funny. See, the Drake fans, I die. I'm like on the floor laughing, B, when I hear these takes.
They be saying some wild stuff. They're telling some when Drake was with it, everybody ate. I was like,
Hey, B, everybody
oh
love me.
no.
That sales numbers was higher and everything. See, once
You
Kendrick
was
came in, no one was talking
so
about hip
oh
hop,
hey
B.
hey so Drake now they talk about oh Kendrick he's greedy now be eating all the food.
Yep. B, all the views and buy sales going to the other artists. He's
B
taking it all up on
but
his stuff
Kendrick
now.
giving them what they asked for. They say drop a hit, drop hits. You can't drop a hit, and he's doing everything they want him to do. And now look at
Nah,
him.
B.
Now look
See,
at him,
see,
B.
he
They
see,
gotta eat their words now.
he need to take them bots off, B. We need to see them
Nah.
authentic numbers.
What about Drake? I don't want to see the Drake authentic. Maybe this is a Drake authentic
Nah.
moment. Ah!
Draco and Diamond. I don't know what you're talking about. Draco and Diamond. He's certified diamond, baby. Wow.
But I follow this one guy. We follow each other, and we sometimes
Mhm,
I know he's a Kendrick fan. I could tell he always like comment up on a like he always making fun of like Drake fans and stuff. And we
mhm,
was discussing Kendrick and Drake fans, and I was just like they both pretty much annoying. And I just feel like Drake fans was like to me it was like they was up here with the annoyance, and then Kendrick was fans was in the middle. But now their annoyance level went higher because now that Kendrick's getting all these numbers, they can
mhm,
throw it in the Drake fans' face, and so it's like it's even funnier. So, but it's more annoying at the same time because like I
mhm.
understand what they're doing, but it's like it gets to a point. Where it's like I just have chart data, whatever that Twitter is, that account.
Mm-hmm.
I keep seeing it. I'm just like, I'm not used to seeing this all the time. And so it's like this war between the fans. And it's just making me mad. It's like it's getting so annoying to see. But it's just so funny that like you said, the Drake fans are delusional, but they also it's hilarious. Like you're laughing at them. I'm laughing at them because it's just like, come on, bro, you're just reaching now.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you wanted him to do, he's doing it. So it's like now they have to make excuses of the stuff y'all said he couldn't do it. But now the excuse is the machine doing it. But I'm like, was the machine doing it for Drake as well? So I'll be like, come on, bro, y'all can't do this.
Yeah, we're not the numbers cast over here, B.
Mm-mm.
Numbers don't dictate quality, it just dictates how hot you are, interest. Uh Kendrick getting all these numbers and stuff like that. If this is a play from UMG to suppress Drake, Drake still went number one last week. So
Mhm.
I guess good job at that. On a
That's what
collab
I'm
album
saying.
at that.
Look, UMG, they want to make money.
I'm about to say, yeah, they gonna make money. Now negotiating the contract will be a bit different, but I wonder what it would look like if Drake was an independent artist. That got me curious. I don't know. But
I
besides
don't
that
think he
though,
want to be independent.
I don't think he does either, which is why he signed a $4 million deal, even though it's $4 million. I would have signed that too. But you know,
400
I
million?
oh, was it 400 million? Oh yeah,
Did
it
you
was
say
400
4
million.
million?
Yeah, I said
4
4
million.
million.
Nah, 400, boy.
I
Ain't no 4 million.
I still signed for 4 million though.
Oh,
I
not if
forgot.
you
I forgot.
Drake.
Look. I'm sorry, B. I left off two numbers. Oh, I'm sorry.
But now saying Drake signed a $4 million contract sounds
That I
crazy.
forgot. I forgot because
Yeah.
I forgot X signed the 10 million one. I completely
hmm
forgot about that. But yeah, I've been saying it. Kendrick fans turned into the Drake fans. They all using numbers. That's all they talk about is numbers now. But
But
it's
I
like
don't
y'all
think,
shouldn't be talking numbers with the numbers king.
yeah, but remember when I brought up the whole numbers thing? They're doing it despite the other fans. I mean, the
Yeah, and
Drake
I've told you
fans.
before. I've said before. I'm like, if you feel like you're better than someone, why would you stoop to their level? I've said
No,
this
they're
too.
not. I don't think that they're scooping to their level. It's like
That
you
is,
go low, I go lower, B. Nobody cares about going high. Come on, B. You don't do
I
that.
do. Yes, I do.
B. If
B, if I
somebody
really
going
wanted to,
at,
B. B, there's some people that have been disrespectful to us on here, and in fact, I just give them
but
a
look,
logical
I'm saying
statement
that's
before you jump
comments.
on.
I'm saying that's comments. If somebody was coming at us, making videos, just coming at us, you know we're not gonna play with them. You know we gonna be on here wilding too.
But B, I'm gonna have fun with it. I'm not gonna be
I know,
emotional.
but comments, I don't care about comments. But if
Uh-huh.
they make it videos and like reviewing our stuff and talking about it, you know we finna go in. We will have
Uh-huh.
fun just
But this
talking
is the thing
about
though,
them.
B. We gonna do it for like one video. We're not gonna do it every
I
week
know we're
though.
not gonna
That's
drag
why
it
I'm saying
on,
we're not stooping to their level. A
but I
lot of these
know.
people, they'll make multiple
But
videos
look,
about one thing.
yeah, they do. But I'm just saying, if somebody coming at us, you gotta understand. I like to joke.
I do
And you
too.
try to, I know, but I'm like, oh, you better have fun. You can have fun, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's different. So I'm like, I understand. I don't go high, B. It depends if it's like on some,
But see, that's stooping low. If, like I said, we were to keep making videos, like if we
oh
punch
no, no,
back,
no.
that's all right. We could punch back. I'm not saying
But
we
I
can't
know,
retaliate.
but
But to
you're
steadily
speaking,
do it, you're stooping to their level.
I know, but you're speaking to a fan base that's it's gonna be
Stand base, to be specific.
a you speaking to two stand bases that's it's not the big percentage. It's a small percentage of the stand base on Twitter and all social
Vocal
media that's
minority.
doing this. That's what I'm saying. Me and you are fans, but we're not hitting up the lawyer of Drake.
We not.
You know what I'm saying? We're not doing
We
that.
just called them before the episode
No,
started, though.
nah, not me. So
You
I'm
was on
just
the
saying,
three
like,
way.
nah, never. I'm not even. I like Drake, but I'm not. Nah, I ain't riding for Drake.
Come on, bro. You don't want to defend the boy without him even knowing you
Hey,
exist.
bro, not like us, bro.
Apparently, nobody from outside of America is like us, B.
Hey, bro, that's the most divisive song ever made. B, come on. But what
Gotta
I'm
get our
saying is,
Canadian FBA brothers.
what I'm saying, B, if it's just us two is two of us, like we can control, but like those fans, they gon' you can't speak fan base. They gonna do what they want to do. So
Yeah, I think the
they're
thing
gonna
is,
scoop low. B,
mhm,
it's freaking social media.
and I hate it. I hate it
It's how
because
it
it's
is.
annoying and it's part of our algorithms. And I
Yeah,
wish I could take it out, but we can't.
We can't because this is what we do. We talk about hip hop. Like I said,
I
this
hate it.
show is an extension from Twitter. It's
Yeah.
because we get on Twitter and be like, yo, y'all are wilding. But I don't think no other hip hop space on social media besides Reddit is more focused on conversations, but
Hmm.
it is some little crazy stuff goes on in those fan bases.
Hmm.
But Twitter is it's nothing like Twitter. It's fun. You know what I'm saying? Even though it can be annoying and you can hear people say the wildest stuff, but
Oh,
it's
like how
just
Cole is better than Freddie?
yeah, like Fee, should we talk about that? Like our little post real quick?
We can talk about it towards the end to end the
Yeah,
show.
but if the numbers fake, if Kendrick's streaming numbers is fake, I don't care. It
Me
is what it
neither.
is. I think all these numbers
I
are
agree.
fake. We they all numbers. They all play with the numbers. UMG is
Yeah,
tied up
some of
with
thing numbers
Spotify.
don't be making sense to me. I'm gonna be real with you.
Nah,
I'm saying in general, not just for
in
Kendrick. I'm
general,
saying in
I'm
general.
saying general
Some of these
numbers.
numbers don't just make sense to me
Mm.
sometimes. And I'm
I
just
think
like,
all
what?
these numbers fake because it's hard to quantify the whole streaming and physical sale. It's just all this stuff and oh, this many streams get you this many sales. It's like let's go back to
And
B.
then it's
Let's
like,
go
how
back
many
to the
times do people
physicals.
replay albums?
Facts. I don't
You
know.
got
It's
all.
just not
Then it's like, oh, if you can't put the song on repeat, that won't count towards another stream. So it's just like, how are we? I
yeah.
don't know. It's too confusing.
Facts. I think it's all doctored. And
I
people
do
in
as
the
well.
industry been saying it. They've been saying it.
But I
And
agree
they
with you. We should
find
go back to physicals and make them
B.
cheaper.
I
Make
wanna
them
make
cheaper.
a I wanna make a video about that. Like me and you could just talk about like physical media. Like
Mhm.
I was doing a little research over the weekend about like, looking at like, bro, cassettes selling 450, millions in sales in the 80s. Like that's insane. That's insane. Like now this stuff is dead. Like, yes, people are getting to buying more, that nostalgia feeling, but we need to
But
go
it's not
back to the
compared to how many
roots.
people actually. Back then, that was the only way you could
Oh,
listen
bro,
to what you
B,
wanted to.
physical media is like 11% of like sales, or probably lower than that.
I could believe it.
Everything else is this phone.
Yeah, because when we got people like our siblings, do they buy music?
Mm-hmm. No.
Exactly. Like, do our parents
Yeah.
still buy music? Like, you see
Mm-mm.
where I'm going at with this? Like, YouTube and all that's kind of taking that over.
Mm-mm. And our parents,
It's giving us too much choice. It's giving us
and
too
it's
much choice
crazy.
with too little.
Our parents come from the era of that's all they had was to buy
Mhm.
music, and most
Now
of
they
them
got
now
YouTube.
don't buy music. They either on
Mhm.
YouTube listening to the R. Kelly's greatest hits. Hey, my granddad, he be, I need you to download me some songs, T. Hey, I want that R. Kelly so and so. Put that so and so in there. I'm like, I got you. You know what I mean? Like they go to
Mhm.
YouTube. They want, you know what I mean? It's just it is what it is. But I got
It is
this
what it
in
is.
physical. What are you doing? Oh, God, kids be. But nah, like, look, bro, it's nothing like just having. This is a pink seafood black antique on cassette,
Mhm.
but it's just cool to have something physical in hand you could touch and feel, and like even having CDs back in the day and having like the booklet and having collector's editions to like vinyl and CDs and all that type of stuff. Man, it's just so. It's nothing like it. I don't know. It's fun, B. Like
Mhm.
you touch the music, man. Just touch it. So all these sales are fake. But you know what's not fake? This. This isn't fake. This is in my hand right now. You know what I mean?
I feel like he was going somewhere nasty with that. I don't know why.
Nah, B.
It just felt
This
like he
not
was
the
just going there with that.
this not OnlyFans. This is YouTube, B. If y'all want to hit the OnlyFans, only nah.
But we can touch on the last topic that we have. I guess it's a very small topic. Recently, we put on Twitter. Shout out to you, B, because you made the one.
Mm.
You're the one who made this post. We've
No
seen the
problem, B.
talks, and we got to know from y'all who has the better discography, J. Cole or Freddie Gibbs. And boy, did this blow up like I never thought it would.
B.
Ooh, this put Twitter a bit in a frenzy because there was already talks about Freddie
Mm-hmm.
Gibbs being having a better discography than J. Cole or Freddie Gibbs being better than J. Cole. But boy, did this really start the conversation and have people going. People was really riding out for Freddie until the J.
Mm-hmm.
Cole fans saw it. Then J. Cole fans
Oh,
started sales. Why
Yeah,
doesn't Freddie do this number? I'm just like, here we go
it, it
again.
was it was so crazy because like yeah, you had people that was on the like hip hop Twitter side and was just like, oh, I'm a fan of both of these guys, but discography wise, I'm gonna choose Freddie. Oh, I'm a big J. Cole fan, but I'm gonna choose Freddie. But when you see when the post got crossed over to like the J. Cole stuff and like the mainstream, they were like, nobody know this guy. Five, he's this and Scott. It's like, dang, bro, like we're talking about the music. That's when you know the mainstream fans and just the hip hop fans, the music fans, they know how to
Mhm.
just talk about the music. And
Mhm.
that was a really good case study to look at the type of fans that's out there and just see what they go to and what like the people that really love the music, they talk about the music. Even though they could be a little disrespectful when they be like, yo, this one song against J. Cole's discography. I'm like, y'all chill. But but overall, man, I love the people that was actually talking about the music, the flows, the projects, not people trying to discount giving J. Cole saying, oh, J. Cole put out a song with Alchemist or Madlib, it'd be better. I'm like, y'all just can't say that. Y'all just can't
Because
say
we
that.
haven't seen it.
We haven't
We're
seen
going
it.
based
But it
off
was
of
like,
what we got.
take Madlib and Alchemist production from Freddie. And I'm like, bro, he got albums without them and they still dope. Like, come on.
Lord giveth, Lord taketh. West Stack Selector.
Like, come on, man. Not even that, B. You can do the
You only
you only live
you
once.
only die once.
You only die once. You only live twice. Oh, you only die twice. No,
You only live
live
twice.
twice and you only die
You only die
once.
once. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You got
Look at
Freddie,
those.
Soul Sold Separately,
Mm-hmm.
Shadow of a
Oh,
Doubt.
the doubt. Come on.
Like you know me, I could go
Yeah.
BFK,
BFK,
Cold Day
you
in
could do hell
Hell.
cold in hell.
Yeah.
It was one more, right? The ESGN, even though I don't really care for that one like that, but
Hmm.
still.
Oh yeah, if you want me to keep going, Straight Killer, No Filler,
Yep.
Midwest, the Miseducation of Freddie Gibbs.
Fred, yep, that one.
You know,
Come on,
you
man.
know me, I can keep going. So yeah, I'll just let them off light be. But yeah,
Yeah, and they was like, oh, you didn't put this in there. I'm like, bro, it's that's not the point to put everything in there. I'm like, why y'all do that?
every single project in there
Yeah,
that would have made the image look sloppy.
yeah. Like you put some key projects in there and you make it look all proportionate.
Yeah.
It's all presenting.
Presentable and recognizable. That's the main
Yeah,
focus. But
and get the
also,
point
if
across.
you know the discographies of these two, you
You
don't need to
know
look
it.
at these pictures to know. Like, you can look
Yeah.
at some of these images and you be like, okay, these are the top albums from these guys
Mm-hmm.
anyway. So, like, you put Pinata and Bandana and Alfredo in there. What more do they want?
Facts.
I don't know. But it was a pretty cool and fun discussion that was happening. I was going
Yeah.
back and forth with some people. You was going back and forth with some people.
Yeah. I had some fun.
That was pretty cool, man. A lot of people was
Yeah.
interacting. B from Dead End Hip Hop, he commented on there too.
Yeah. He chose right.
Oh, of course.
Of
He knows
course.
good music, of course.
And you know, B gonna keep it short, Gibbs.
Facts.
That's all he had to say, Gibbs.
Oh my gosh. But yeah,
Oh
that was
man.
fun. I'm gonna hopefully put the Twitter link down in the description down below.
Hmm.
But hopefully this becomes a clip and you guys could talk about this or comment on this amongst yourselves. We already put a poll up on YouTube, so make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube
Oh,
channel because I am putting up polls. That way y'all can actually vote and interact if y'all don't follow us on social media.
mhm. Oh yeah, B. I forgot to send you the screenshot. It made its way into the Joe Buttons community. It was off in there, bro. They tag people was tagging Parks, and then they
Uh,
put it because I'm a part of the Joe Budden community. I went in there and they like, what y'all think? And they had 42,000 views in there. I was like, hold up, y'all in here? I was like, dog, that's crazy,
they
B.
eating off
They
of us, B. They eating off
yeah,
of
bro.
us.
I was like, that's insane. But that was funny. I like now I made we made you made a good amount and then I made some so we can get a little
Oh, you know I made a
interactions out
butt.
there.
You know I made a
Yeah, that's what I'm
buttload.
saying. That's why I made the little double album one. I was like, oh, that's good. This could be unique as well. Even though I think I used to see those back in the day, the double
Mhm.
album interactions.
Did you see
So I
all the
was
ones
like,
I made?
yeah, I saw them all. I saw everything.
Oh, okay.
I did mine. I looked at yours first before I thought of my stuff I
Uh-uh.
wanted to do because I
I
didn't
didn't
want
know
to
if you saw the
because
ones in the drive or not.
yeah, because I saw because I was thinking blog era, and then I looked and you did the blog era click ones. I'm like, dang, I was gonna do that. So when you said, yo, I made a list is in the drive, and I'm like, I looked in there and I was like, okay, now I need to see what I can do. So I'm gonna do like
Hmm.
sophomore albums, different things like that.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel, man, and make sure y'all follow us on Twitter where y'all can actually interact because I already made an R&B one, comprised of like what R&B classic do you like the most with Brandy, Jodeci, Key Sweat, and Mary J. Blige. I also made one with Drake's Club Paradise, Dreams Money Combined, Free Spirit, Paris Morning Music. And I made one about the ATL legends, T.I., Young Jeezy, Ludacris, and Lil Jon.
Yeah.
So yeah, if y'all want to participate in that type of stuff, we break it up on the show and actually talk about it. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel.
I put the year when I made like as a poll in the Instagram story, bro. I put 1988, 1994, 2015, and 2003. Bro, nobody voted for 1988. I mean, it had 0 votes. And
What
I
was in
think
1988?
like what albums came out,
Yeah.
like Rakim, it was like Public Enemy, it was all of them. It was that era because that's considered the best year in hip hop. To like hip hop, the OGs, it's considered one of the best years because that's when it like went kind of super big with Will Smith and all them guys all on tour. Run DMC, they did that big old tour. It's like they put a whole podcast out about it called Class of '88. But yeah, I put that on there and nobody voted for it. But I think 2015 won, and I'm like, dang, yeah, we have more of a, it's more of a younger audience out there, especially on our posts. But yeah, on our Instagram account. But yeah, I think that was pretty fun. B, I'm gonna start making some more. I'm gonna do the years now though. I'm gonna put probably the year on Twitter because we have a lot of old heads, so that probably will run well with the year one. Yeah, I've been doing some years. Make the old heads mad. B, put the year up with 88, the best year. No, before we go,
got the retirement.
10 Crack Commandments or whatever. What's 10 Commandments? The dude from the UK.
Oh, Slack on both sides. Shout out to
He
him.
had me dying. You put Teflon Don in there.
Oh, because he said 50 Cent. Oh, because we put up a Rick Ross versus 50 Cent one as well. And we said, which one is better? 50 Cent, or, but he said like, oh, Rick Ross ain't got nothing that's touching 50 Cent's discography. I said, Teflon Don is in the chat.
Yeah. Now they had me dying, but I'm not lying. Teflon Don not better than Gibbs Not Trying.
Well, no, he said that 50, like Rick Ross has nothing touching any of 50 stuff. You telling me Teflon Don isn't better than anything 50 got?
I think he was talking about, he's trying to think of Get Rich Not Trying because his response was something about Get Rich Not Trying.
No, that
like
wasn't him. That was
all
someone else.
That was somebody else?
Yeah, but it's like Get Rich or Die Trying. Okay, boom. You put your spade out. Okay, now what about your other cards?
Yeah, I know what you mean now. Because you put that against like the Animal Ambition or Curtis. You got Teflon Don, most definitely.
Exactly. But
yeah,
that's been it for another episode of Beyond Beats and Culture. Let us know what you think about today's episode. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video if you have not already. And don't forget to check out our social links down in the description down below. It will be in some type of link tree type thing. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel where you can see our 2 exclusive podcast series on the actual channel itself, daily clips, and timestamps in the description down below. B, you got any last closing thoughts?
My last closing thoughts is I need everybody, like, comment, subscribe, you know what I mean? Hop on the socials, interact. We kind of start up a ruckus sometimes. This guy is insane. He will troll you, but sometimes he'll be serious. So he will debate you. But nah, all that is all fun and games, man. Like, we having fun doing this, and I know I like the people that hate us too, bro, and don't subscribe because they don't like our takes. It is what it is, bro. If you don't even have to breathe. That's like when somebody say, I'm leaving. So leave. You don't need to announce it. This dude announced that he not subscribing to us because he didn't like our take. So
I didn't know
that's my closing statements. Skip daddle. I don't care.
Jesus.
My bad. Sorry about that.
My name is Jason Darksage.
I'm T.
Peace.
Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.